Okay, and we're live. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are live once again. Coming at you from an undisclosed. No, everybody knows where I live. So I got 6 people in here. Hello, 7 people. Everybody's coming in. It's kind of getting off to a little bit of a late start. It seems like I'm always running late, so fashionably late. Good morning. How are you? We've been having fun with the 3D printer, and my son made that for us. And I don't know if Dusty's out there. We made one for Dusty. So, hello, Cam. Cam's awake. So, you liked everything you got there, I saw. That was a nice video. Thank you very much. And now we're down to 3. This crazy thing. Never can trust these counters on the thing. Ooh, yes. Yeah, we've been having fun making stuff with the 3D printer. You can make some practical stuff, and then you can make some other stuff like this thing here that holds a guitar tuner with the glow kitty. There you go. Yeah, we figured you'd like that, so. We still got these allergy things that are kind of hanging on, so. We have not tried to print chocolate with it yet, so. Be kind of messy, I think. I don't know. You could probably make a mold that would say whatever you want and do like a reverse image and then pour melted chocolate into it and then let it dry so it'll solidify. And then you can make like a Hershey bar, have one that says like Hop Frog rather than Hershey's or something like that. That we could probably do. That we haven't really progressed that far yet. We're been making like little cats and different things, and tonight we're making the signs. So just trying some different things out, seeing how they work. We're still learning. It's a big learning curve with this thing. Not really that big, but it just takes time figuring out how to do it all. So yeah, but we're coming at you from Harry Potter's alley thing. That's what we're doing tonight. And I was just kind of waiting to get some things organized, and was just kind of messing with my guitar. There you go. Oh, Cameron. Cameron is from the vinyl community, and they've been over here a few times. So we are doing well over here. Hope all is good where you're at. Hello, Judy. How are you? Judy's always in here. So it is the Saturday before Mother's Day. Hopefully you guys will have a good day. Those of you who are mothers, and those of you who still have mothers, will get them something nice. So should I put my name back up here? There we go. I knew who I am, but sometimes people forget who I am. So there we go. Put that guy up there. There we go. We'll show names so people know who I am. So I don't forget who I am. Something like that. So here we are. There we go. I know I ended a little too soon. All right, let's see what everybody's doing. Everybody's saying hello to each other, which is good. It was a very uneventful Friday. That's good. That's usually good. Yes, it was hot here today, 100 degrees. Oh, there you go. Lack of sleep, because I know you're a very busy man, so you've got a lot of stuff going on. And Mrs. Hot Frog loves the Ziggy Stardust. David Bowie is one of her favorites and one of mine, so that always works out well. That always works out very well. And then let's see. Good song. Let's see. Let's freak out on a Moon Age Daydream. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Trying to think of some songs to play that people would know that are fairly easy to play at the moment. Played Ziggy already. Oh well, never mind that. Major Tom. The Major Tom's a good song. Mountain Song. Kelvin is in here asking Cameron, do you ever sleep? I don't think she does. Young people don't usually sleep as much as us older folks. There we go. No, my finger's not working. Oh man, my finger's not working. Let's try Major Tom. Let's see if I can get through Major Tom here. The original Major Tom, which is known as Space Odyssey. Let's see if I can do that one. Oh, come on, computer. See here. OP. Here we go. Okay. Looks like standard tuning. Everything's good. All right, there we go. So it's like it's playing it wrong. There we go. This will go from F minor to something else. Anyways, you're asleep. Okay. You're not sleepy because they still won. Okay, cool. Still celebrating. All right. Thanks for staying up, Cameron. She does sleep, but that's okay. That's your cutoff. But you want to stay up tonight? All right. Very cool. Yeah, it's been a while since Hinanaki's been up here. He's tried to sleep. Okay. Just woke up when your body's tired. There's nothing you can do but more rest. Exactly. And glad your team is winning, Kelvin. Good job. Those Edmonton Oilers. Let's go, Edmonton. Let us go. All right. Throw this up here. Okay. So really, There you go. It's good your team is winning. I said, good job there. Okay. Don't really have any new records to share this time around. I got some stuff coming in the mail, but nothing since last time. Hello, Sapphire. How are you? How are things going? Good. Let me take this guitar off real quick. I'll be right back. All righty, I am back. Very soon you'll have a surprise announcement to make. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Put this here in case Cameron or Sapphire or whoever wants to come up. Does it have to be all about me? Tank and the Bangas have a new album coming out next Friday. All right, there you go. Not sure who they are, but hopefully their new album will reach many people and be successful for them. I know sometimes people have put out albums, and usually the first couple are pretty good. It depends on the band, though. Sometimes a band will put out one that's pretty good, and then just every year they get better and better. Sometimes they'll put out albums and they get good, and then they just fall off. Hello, how's it going?
Howdy, I'm good. Just chilling
in the dark. There you go. In the dark with your glowing kitty?
Yes.
There you go. So did you find out some of those records are 45s and some are 33s?
I don't know, they all sounded the same to me.
On the little ones, the 7 inches, some of them are 45s, like the Imperial Leather. That's the one with the splatter green. The real skinny, the real little 7-inch one. That one's actually I believe it's a 45. Has a female singer. So I put it on. I go, this thing sounds kind of funny because I was familiar with the band. And then I realized like it jumped my head on the wrong speed.
It was my first time listening to them, so I couldn't tell. I just played them all on the same speed.
Yeah. So some of them you'll find they're marked. I believe they're marked. I don't know, but you just experiment with them. You might like some of the regular ones sped up, so they're real fast. They sound like they're on helium. So that's always fun. So you won't embarrass yourself, Sapphire. You can come on up. People are getting kind of up. They're just giving her a hard time because she kept calling records vinyls. And I've heard lots of people do that. It's just like it's not the end of the world,
Vinyls.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Before Judy retired, she would work from 5:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. There you go. Yeah, I've worked lots of different weird shifts, day shifts, night shifts. I mean, I had a job where I'd go in at supposed to start at midnight and get off at 8 in the morning. There's times where I'd get called in at 3 in the afternoon and work all the way till 10 the next morning and stuff. It was nuts. Yeah, I worked graveyard, not in a graveyard, but what they call the graveyard shift for a while. So sometimes people get confused. What shift do you work? Oh, graveyard. You work in a graveyard? No, I just Yeah, I actually had a family member that came thinking I was working in a graveyard, so I just told him, yeah, I'm the guy that styles everybody's hair at the graveyard. He was my nephew, and he was in junior high. Then he went and told his mom. His mom's like, why are you telling him that? I go, I was trying to explain why I worked nights and everything, but just, he just wasn't listening. Well, he's been having bad dreams. I forget. She was just all mad, but that was... So I was like, whatever. There you go. There's the Pilmer collage passing by dancing. You're gonna wear out your mouse one of these days.
He's going what?
You're gonna wear out your mouse. You're gonna go to click and it's not gonna work anymore. You're like, no.
True. Can you hear me clicking when I do that?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's not bad, but you hear it. It's not click 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 click. They do have mice that are a little bit quieter that you can click on. It'll do that.
Well, I like the clicky.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with the clicky. But then what happens if you do it too much? You lose your fingertip and then it comes off. That's never good.
My fingers hurt so bad from like noise and just playing ukulele on my own.
Yeah.
I woke up with stiff fingers.
That'll happen. Then you just gotta kind of like put them under warm water, keep them moving, keep them limber, keep them moving. Do your finger exercises.
True. I will do that.
Then you gotta do these two together, because if you don't, you do 3 at a time.
I don't know how to do finger exercises. I'm just moving them. It's like I'm doing gang signs right now.
Yeah, there you go. Just keep your fingers loose. I always mess around. I go, I'm doing finger exercises. It's like doing push-ups. So that's about it. That is it. So Tank is a mix of spoken word, hip hop, jazz, rock, funk, and R&B. Okay, never heard of him, but he said Calvin was saying Tank and the Bangers have a new album coming out next Friday. So that's always good.
Can't wait for my surfboard record to get here.
Yep, Stiff Little Fingers is a great band. I agree with you. Yeah, there's a lot, like the records we sent you, there's a lot of good stuff. The one, Flex Your Head, that's a bunch of old school punk bands on a label out of Washington, D.C. called Discord. And the label was started by Ian MacKaye from Minor Threat, and then later Fugazi.
Yeah, I haven't spun Misfits or that one yet because I felt like it would be weird to play them quietly tonight because I have to be a little quiet with my music.
Misfits are good. They're old school punk band with horror themes. People joke that the singer from the early Misfits was Glenn Danzig, and people were joking for years that he was like a punk rock Elvis because the way he sings some of the songs. And then about 2 or 3 years ago, he did a song of him doing Elvis songs. That album of him doing it is crazy. Just him doing all these Elvis songs, and everybody's like, "See, I knew it."
Yeah, I played a little bit of the Misfits record, but then I was like, "No, this has to be played loud."
Yeah. Almost all those things need to be played nice and loud.
Yeah.
The louder, the better. Shaking the rafters and stuff. So. Yeah, Devo's probably the mellowest. Well, actually, I take that back. Some of the other 7 inches that I sent you, the Leaning Tree or whatever it is, with the person on the front doing like ice skating or ballet, that's kind of mellow. And then the one with the cover that looks like it's crocheted, it's kind of some mellow indie pop stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty chill.
Yeah, there's a couple things. I didn't throw everything in there. Wasn't like super crazy radical. Most of it was.
Well, I liked it.
So there you go. That's the important thing. As long as you liked it.
Especially the cramps thing.
Yeah. I hadn't listened to that, and it was just like I go, oh, so I just figured I'll just replace it later. So I just go, oh, I figured you like it, so yeah,
I
I
didn't
still
listen
do
to
it.
it. It's so good.
That's good. Hello, Sapphire.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good,
I'm
good.
trying to set my Bluetooth. Hang on.
All right.
I need to come back in.
Okay. Inflammable materials. I've heard the Stiff Little Fingers, but I don't know any of their songs. It's been so long since I've listened to those guys. So long. Whatever I have playing, it just, my tastes change from time to time. So it's just like, sometimes I just put on CDs because it's easier than putting on messing with the album. Sometimes I break up my MP3 player. Yeah, CDs. I get a bunch of CDs. It's like, and then around here, it seems like everybody's having yard sales and estate sales and selling stuff, and it's just, And then in a pinch, if you don't have a CD player, you can always use a DVD player.
True, I was thinking about that. It's just that it's in the living room and I don't feel like playing
Oh,
my
there you
music in the
go.
living room.
There you go. I got you.
But my CDs are piling up and I just refuse to check them out online before,
Oh, there you go. Okay. There you go. You're back.
Yeah, but I can't hear you on my Bluetooth.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, but I have a Bluetooth device.
Okay. Yeah, usually if you, on most phones, there'll be a thing that looks like a gear or a little spiked wheel.
Uh huh.
If you put your finger on that and then drag it down, it should bring. Oh, she left. She'll probably come back up, but she's probably listening. You can touch that wheel, and it'll give you some options of like being able to do different things. Grab my phone here, and it should have a spot where it looks like a funny looking B for Bluetooth, and you can usually push the button and see what your options of connecting different devices, and then connect it that way. Turning on my Motorola phone. So we always do here. We always help people out with various things. Did you see our signs earlier that we're making?
Yeah.
The hop frogs. Hoppity frogs.
I love frogs.
Some people like them. They're not really super desirable, but there's a small market of people who do collect them. It really depends on what it is, what year and stuff. The ones from the 70s aren't really as desirable as the ones from the later 60s. So you'll try it. She's going to try again. Let's see here. Yeah, but usually, wait, I'll just make myself big for a second here so we can help her out. So on your phone, you can usually drag this down, and you see how it gives you those things at the top. On mine, the one right here that looks like a, come on, focus camera. That one that looks like a, come on. The one right on mine that's right next to the Wi-Fi. It won't focus. It looks like a funny bee, like real
Because your
pointy.
notifications are going crazy.
I know. You push that.
Look out.
Yeah. And then it'll give you devices what you want to pair to. So there you go. Oh, it's a 1970 door, two-door coupe. It's probably a TR7, I'd imagine. I mean, they're nice. They're they can be very temperamental. If you ever had a Volkswagen that you always have to like do fine tuning to keep it operating, you'll know. Alrighty, let me put this back down in here for Sapphire. Should try again. So it's frustrating when things don't work. Okay, blue. Okay, that's a nice color. Yeah, one of the main things with those cars is the electronics. There's a company in England called Lucas or Lucas Electric, some people refer to it as, and it's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes they're real reliable, other times they're not, and you have to find something suitable that's aftermarket. But yeah, 72. Let's see what that looks like. So it's a two-door TR7. Okay, let's see here. Why did it bring that up? There we go. Imagine. Okay. Yeah, someone's selling one here for about 15,000. So this is the car he's looking at here. Let me share this. That's a 19. Never mind. It's a 1980. It's not a 72. Oh, come on. Go. Another 10. There we go. There we go. All right. It's kind of what he's looking at, I think, but in blue rather than green.
That's atrocious.
Some of the cars from the 70s had some weird colors.
I don't really like the look of it either.
Yeah, it's a English car, so just.
Wow. British people.
There you go. But you guys, where you're at, you probably have access to a lot of public transportation, buses, subway. Are you by a subway?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere? Okay.
Yeah. I want to learn how to drive so that I can kidnap my friends.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I imagine it's pretty crazy. I've been to New York City years ago, and I just remember the traffic was a nightmare.
Dude, I don't understand why people even bother to drive.
Yeah.
There's public transportation everywhere, and you get places faster.
Yeah. And then everywhere you have to pay to park, I'm sure.
Well, I wouldn't know. I think so.
Yeah.
Not around where I live, though. but there's a lot of double parking that goes on.
Yep. And then they come out with the big metal boot on the front tire. Okay, it looks very similar to that one. Okay.
I like red cars.
Red cars.
Red is even my favorite color, but like something about a red car.
You looking for something like sporty, like a Ferrari, or?
I don't know. I like old Mustangs.
Mustangs? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Those are all new ones. Okay. So let's see here. There we go. So you're looking for something like
Drum roll.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sexy cars.
There you go. Yeah, Mrs. Frog loves black cars. Anunnaki says all those cars are red in colors except for the minivan. It was okay. Red's easier to spot, especially not by the police if you're speeding. So there you go. Red in color. So she can hear it on her Bluetooth, but can't speak. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry it's not working out for you. Sometimes you get Bluetooth where it works really good, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. I've got these things work really well. Let me get rid of this picture now. I don't need that anymore. But these, you get these are like super cheap earbuds.
Oh, I hate
They go to your
those.
phone. I use these at work all the time. And I've got like 5 or 6 of them. I got them all charging up. They usually last about 6 hours, so I can listen to music on YouTube or listen to people's streams on YouTube. And
I like wired buds, but my phone doesn't have a headphone jack. And it's weird because my phone case has a little hole for the headphone jack, but there's no jack.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the phones are trying to do away with the headphone jack and have you get like a dongle or something.
I think that shit's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just got my earbuds. These are okay. These are better. These are Bluetooth headphones.
I need a new set of headphones.
The headphones are always nice.
Yeah, my headset broke. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
I
no.
think it might have been Beelzebub.
And he was wearing them and just stretched them out.
Yeah, with his fat ass. He's so
There you go.
big.
Just sat on them. Yeah. Your cat's not that. He's not that big. He's a good sized cat, but he's not that big.
He's a happy cat.
Yeah.
He's a well fed. He's just a little thick.
I remember I had a friend whose cat was just, I thought it was a dog when I first saw it. It was like laying in a chair.
No.
And that cat probably weighed about 25, 30 pounds.
God.
It was a big cat.
Yeah, I had a friend with 2 really obese cats, and I felt so bad. That, like, they would lay down and they looked like shower mats.
Yeah, they're just big.
Beelzebub just has a big booty.
Yeah.
He has like a Kim Kardashian ass.
Oh, there you go. And we used to have friends that had dogs that were really obese. really, they were obese. They were obese and overweight at the same time. And they had hypertension so bad that their eyes would bug out, and they just looked like a round log with legs. They were just, instead of having a dog shape, they were just round, and their head looks like it looked like a balloon animal. Just their heads are real big, and their bodies are real round. And then when they'd walk like this from side to side. It's just like.
I'm adding Overbeast to the band name list.
There you go. Don't be overbeast, man.
This list is so long. There has to be 100 on this already.
That's a big list.
Yeah. Keeps getting added to every day.
I got rid of my Boxman avatar I had here. Oh well, he's up in the corner. Yeah, Joey's dogs. Yeah, they had 3 dogs that were just that way. One was like a little basset hound dog, but it was round. And the other one they had was a golden retriever, and the other one was, I think, a German Shepherd, but they were just round, fat dogs. I like odd hue colors in nature, light and warm, like buttercream colors, sunburst yellow with sharp dark cuts like jet black and cobalt green. Okay. Likes colors. Yeah. You have your driver's license yet?
Nope.
Not yet. Okay. You'll definitely need that when you start driving.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I can't wait.
It's a good color. It's a
some
good
sleep.
color. Phthalo blue. Yeah. Once you start driving, it's fun. Around here, though, and I'm sure where you're at, you'll learn that you have to pay attention not only to your driving but the driving of others.
Well, I don't really plan on staying in New York.
Yeah.
Fuck
Going back to Florida, or?
Hell no. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll think about it.
So,
That's for future me to figure out.
Yeah, there you go. You still got plenty of time to figure things out.
Yeah.
Plenty time, you know.
But I know I want a house. That's what I want.
Yeah, some places you can get houses pretty reasonable in California, and actually the whole West Coast is way overpriced.
Well, yeah, I was talking to my friends and they were like, yeah, most flyover states are pretty cheap, so go there.
Yeah. Yeah, what I've heard currently right now, the easiest place to get a job is Texas, and it's also one of the cheapest places to live. Is Texas as well.
I'm not going down there.
So, yeah, just future reference, and then just do some research wherever you get ready to move to, and see what the crime is like, and
I don't mind crime. That's fine.
You'd be surprised. You're saying, no, there's no such thing as crime, but when then you find people inside your house. It's never happened to me, but it's happened to people not really close to me, but in the state, where you come home and you find people in your house rummaging through your stuff. Usually they've already left with everything everywhere. I mean, it's just never good. It's like having a roommate, but they don't have a key, so they just break in and destroy everything. Yep, there you go. Driving is a skill. 50% of it has to do with preventing idiots behind the wheel of smashing into you.
Dude, Floridians don't know how to fucking drive. I don't want to go back to Florida. That's one of the reasons. I'd be fucking raging.
But everybody's on golf carts, so you'll be safe.
No, it's they don't use turn signals.
No, they don't use turn signals here either.
Oh my god, no. It's stupid. And there was like this old lady just stopped in the middle of the road, and my dad got out of his car to check in on her, and she was just like, "Oh, whoops." I'm like, "No, bitch, look at the road."
Yeah. Yeah, it's here. People just, they'll make U-turns. They just decide, oh, I should have been going the other way. They won't signal or anything. They just crank the wheel around, and it's just like, you better be
Oh
prepared
shit,
for
I
what they're
missed
doing.
McDonald's.
Yeah, pretty much. Or I've seen people just lock up their brakes right where they're at, just like stop.
Oh, wow.
And just decide they're gonna turn. They think that nobody's there, or they're on their phone. That's another thing. They'll be on their phone while they're driving and stuff, or putting makeup on, or shaving, and all kinds of things. Yeah, a home invasion. That's what we're talking about. It's a felony to invade homes, especially here in Tennessee. They'll get shot dead if you invade any home.
Add more Palmer pics to the picture thingy.
The picture thing. There you go.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen him without his hat. That's an interesting look. I've seen that picture before, not with the gun, but when he used to have bleached hair.
Dude.
It's all good. It's all good there.
I made this
What do you
today.
You made that today?
Yeah, I call it Palmer Pew Pew.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Dirty pill me, like Dirty Harry. You ever seen the movie
no.
Dirty? You ever seen the movie Dirty Harry?
No.
There's a cop. It's a movie with Clint Eastwood when he was much younger, and it's called Dirty Harry. And he's got a big gun like that. And one of the lines is he says, "Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you?" And he has a similar look on his face like that. So
Ooh,
that's why I said dirty pill me instead of Dirty Harry.
Oh no. Clean pill me. Tim with Bojangles fries.
Okay, there we go. See, that's what it made me think of. Sharing time again. Yay. Yay, sharing time. Is that it there? No. Where'd we go? Oh, there it is. So this is what it made me think of.
Let's see, what other pictures do I have? Shoot, I'm gonna have to look on my phone.
I did bring up the pic. There you go. Let's see here. There we go. Or maybe he looks like Emilio Estevez when he was in Repo Man. You ever seen that movie Repo Man? It's a classic.
I don't watch movies.
This one was
I
great.
also live under a rock. Huh? You're so tiny.
They blow it up. That is a great movie with a great soundtrack. A lot of cool punk bands on there. So, okay. I keep it out, everyone. In Tennessee, we have a law called castle law. The police will actually ask before coming in if you shot anyone that invaded your own home. Just make sure the body's inside. Unless the security camera caught all the action. There you go. Play the Dirty Harry clip. All right, let's see if I can find the Dirty Harry clip. It's not. They call him dirty because he's supposed to be like a cop who doesn't follow the rules, rather than being like perverted or something like that. So.
I think there's a Gorillaz song called Dirty Harry.
Yeah. All right, here we go. She's asking for the video clip. Okay. Alrighty. All right, let me turn my volume down so I don't echo. I hate when people interrupt my lunch when I'm trying to eat. And he's still chewing his sandwich the whole time. Doesn't choke or anything. Manages to take out some of the bad guys. And that pistol, I mean, that's powerful than most shotguns. It's amazing.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. Being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Hey. I got to know.
There you go. You just
That
had to
part was
know.
kind of funny.
Yep. It's an Eastwood pistol. The bullets come with fists. There you go. Yeah,
Do you
some
like
of the
my
movies
picture
in the
now?
70s, some of the stuff's just over the top. Person shoots a gun and the car blows up, or car goes flying off a cliff. It's just so. And then Kelvin said he had his entire, not just a little bit, but his entire sports collection was stolen, plus some other stuff a few years back. Yeah, that does suck. Any kind of collection you have and it somebody steals it, it kind of sucks. It definitely kind of sucks. Said I really haven't gotten any records lately. Just the same old things I have. Oh, there you go. What is he doing there?
He's eating Bojangles fries.
Oh, okay. Someone looks like they're feeding him fries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fries from the gods.
Oh, okay. I don't even know if we have a Bojangles out here. I don't think so.
I've never tried it. I want to though. It sounds good.
Bojangles fries. Yeah, I don't have any new gadgets or anything. I was just trying to think if I have anything fun to show off, but I don't. But people don't like to show off, so.
What?
Or something, or so I've heard. But I do have this. It's the pasta recycler.
I don't know how to feel about show and tell. Sometimes it takes over.
Yeah. Sometimes people just get bored. They go, why do you just keep talking like that? Hello, Boris. How's it going? Okay. Oh, Bojangles is only in the South. That's what my wife is saying. So I guess we'll never get to experience fine dining like Bojangles.
They got like Cajun fries or whatever. I don't know. It sounds like
Cajun fries.
Sounds like Popeyes.
Or there's from what I've seen, like lots of people they talk about cooking stuff Southern style. It's usually just blackened,
Oh
or they
no.
do like a quick burn on it. That's how my stepmom used to do stuff.
Dude, I hate burnt shit.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, not just burnt shit, but I just don't like the taste of a grill.
Yeah, so, I mean, it depends on what it is. I mean, if something's grilled and it's done lightly, it's not too bad. But when stuff's turned into like baby briquettes, it's not good at all.
Like, I like to taste the flavor.
Yeah.
I want to taste the grill.
Yeah, that's exactly. All right, what she said. Oh, Ward was talking about it the other day, Bojangles.
God dang Bojangles.
There you go. There's also a song from the 70s, Mr. Bojangles. It was also the name of the mouse from Green Mile. But you say you don't watch it.
Well, I've seen that one. That was like a thing that would play the background of my childhood.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like Stephen King's books. Sometimes his movies, or movies that are made from his books rather, don't always go as well as the book does, but that's how it is in a lot of things. There you go. That's what it looks like taken out of its package. This is a box that I bought. I think I bought this either last year or the year before around Christmas time. It's a prank box. You put somebody's gift in here and you wrap it up. And when they open it up, they think they're getting this pasta recycler. And they go, what is this?
Okay, but what if they're excited for the pasta recycler?
Well, what you do is you take your used spaghetti and you make it brand new again. You let it dry out. And then there's also different molds where you can reclaim the penne, the shells, the fusilli, and the bow tie. It's not just for spaghetti. It shows how much money you save by recycling.
I've been thinking about sending Comer a few gag gifts.
Yeah.
But not like, you know, things that are actually labeled as gag gifts. Like, I mean, I want to send him some, like, weird shit. My friend was, we were, like, brainstorming shit we could send him. And my friend was like, why don't you just send him mannequin feet?
Oh, there you go.
Sounds like a good idea.
There you go. Dinner and south are laid back and relaxed on one hand, but alert on the other hand. Okay. The mobile home park I lived was targeted because the bad guys knew tenants were getting evicted. Okay. Every house owns at least 3 or 4 guns.
Jesus.
It's gotta feel safe.
I think I'd feel safer without guns.
If you know how to use a gun and you don't get crazy, or you'll be all right. But sometimes people have their own gun used against them, and see it says, "Prank you."
Yeah, I had Beelzebub to keep me safe.
There you go. You have a little stone wheel that you turn, and he sharpens his claws like knives.
He uses his demon magic.
It's demon magic. There you go. Huh, Boris says only 4 guns. Only 4?
Why not
You gotta
5?
watch out with cats, though, because cats will steal your breath when you're asleep.
What?
You ever heard that?
No.
It's true.
I don't know what you mean by that. Is that how they get their 9 lives?
It is. It is.
Beelzebub has poop breath. I think he eats his own shit.
I was trying to find proof. I don't have proof now. Alrighty. Can't find proof. The more guns, the better.
I don't know. I'd be too pussy to use a gun.
Park was sold. The owners are redeveloping the property. More guns, more better. Like in Chicago, good luck. People are flooding to Tennessee from the gun-free states due to increased crimes. Guns don't kill people. Evil people with or without guns kill. So there you go. People are just, I don't know, people just get kind of crazy sometimes. So that's why I'm thinking about moving into a cave where it's safer. Unless there's a bear, then that just kind of, all bets are off. It's never good.
I just can't see myself holding a gun ever.
Yeah, I'm sure they could give you a false sense of security.
Not if I am stupid. Whip it out backwards, shoot behind me. Blah!
You just gotta be careful, that's all. That is all.
I wouldn't trust me with a weapon.
Well, if it's not something to worry about, then you're probably safe. My son just has his for like target shooting and stuff, so.
It could be cool with like a knife or something, but even then, I'd probably be like, you know, shaking while holding it, like, Like, imagine me, like, getting mugged and, like, me whipping out a weapon and going, like, you stay away from me.
Yeah,
5'2" ass will stab you.
I mean, some people, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at some of the stuff I've seen. I worked with this girl. She was about the same height as you and just as thin. And she went out to this. I was working at this gas station. Actually, it was a liquor store, and they had a gas station there too. And this guy got in a fight with some other guy, and he was bouncing his head on the pavement. She went out there to break up the fight, and I go, "What are you doing?" So she's out there yelling at the guy and stuff. And then the one guy that was getting beat up was like a real skinny tweaker dude, and the other guy that was beating him up was real strong. I guess they had a disagreement because the guy looked at his girlfriend or something, the buff guy's girlfriend. So anyways, she went over there, tried to break it up, and then the big guy got in her face. He's probably like about 6'5", 6'8", and he's just like looking down and is pointing his face, and he was like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And she had what's called a fist pack. I don't know if you've seen those or not. It's like a ceramic thing that you put in your hand.
Yeah.
And it helps support your fist. She had like slipped it into her hand as he's like yelling at her, and he went like he was gonna swing on her, and before he could, she just decked him and knocked him out with one punch.
Ooh.
Just laid him out.
Nice.
And the girl that was with the guy just got scared, and she'd like left. It was bad news. They called the cops, and the cops came, and the guy was just kind of like didn't know what hit him. It was bad. So hello, Linda USA. Yeah. So yeah, violence usually doesn't solve things, but she just stepped in. She was, I mean, she pretty much saved this guy's life. The guy was just getting beat to like literally to a pulp, and just like she was out there before we could stop her. We're worried she's going to get hurt, but that's what it is. Okay. Quite probably true. I think you love to hold guns. They're just covering. Yeah, it's like she's like Harley Quinn. She's got like this room with all these guns and everything, and he has baseball bats. You have like a lot of weapons. Well, you have your cat, right?
Well,
yeah. Get your cat to watch out for you. Yeah, everybody's a comedian tonight.
I mean, I have scissors.
Scissors, yeah.
They're kind of sticky from like opening up packages and cutting tape.
Yeah, cutting tape and stuff.
Yeah, they're gross. I need to clean them.
Okay. I do not know where Seal and JoJo are. They haven't been around for a while, so. Is that, yeah, that's a store that got robbed. Yeah, that store got robbed a lot of times. Everybody is on edge there. Some guys came in, tried to steal beer, and then it was a big old mess. The guy who owned the store, he went into his office and got out his pistol and tried to stop these guys, and they ended up getting in a big fight and tried taking his gun away from him. And it was a mess.
The only crazy thing that has happened to me was someone pulled a knife out on me at school.
Yeah, I was 16. I thought these guys left. I didn't know the owner went to his office to get his gun and stuff. So I went back to work. I was stocking the big walk-in freezer and stuff. And then next thing I know, I'm on the other side of the glass, and they're fighting. There's a bunch of people in the store, but nobody's helping the owner. And these two guys jump him, and they hit him over the head with a big wine bottle and lay his head open. But they're trying to get the gun away from him. And what happens is, you've seen the walk-in coolers where it has the doors that open up and it has a shelf with soda. So I'm putting the soda in there. As I'm doing that, next thing I know, it goes on I look up because I hear the sound. It's like, and I look, and there's the gun right there, right at me. I'm looking down the barrel of this gun, and I just dropped the sodas and I dropped to the ground. Before I hit the ground, the gun went off. They bumped the guy, and it fired into the trim of the door. But still, I was shaking. I was like, wow. Never been so scared in my life. Yeah, I was 16 when I was working there. How did I work there at that age? The the labor laws were kind of lax. They
You
didn't
could
really
work
have a lot
at
of strict things.
16.
Yeah, I
So-
actually started working at 15. I was setting up it was just a summer job, but I was setting up tables at a yacht club and then sweeping and doing janitor work and stuff. And it wasn't too bad, you know. Gave me some money to buy some records with, and was able to buy a guitar and some other things. It was, I mean, I got a little bit of an allowance, but not much. This is when I was in Maine living with my grandparents. And some of my friends, I go, oh, you know, I told my grandma, I said, my friends have this and this, you know, I'd kind of like that. And she's all, well, we'll give you this much, but if you want that, you should learn how to earn it. So she talked to her friend and helped me get set up with a job, and I had my check and started making some money, and it's a good learning experience. Vaughn's guy stole 4 steaks and started running out and got ran over by a car. Oh, wow. Car came in front of you 2 days ago. Wow, that sucks. Sorry you had to witness that. Wow, that's rough. Yeah, people sell things all the time. Where they sell booze. Yeah, it was a liquor store, mini mart kind of thing, and you know.
Oh, so it was like specifically a liquor store?
Yeah, it was like a privately owned little mini market thing. They had a gas station, be like a 7-Eleven kind of thing, but or maybe more like a. Do you have bodegas over there where you're at?
Of course.
Yeah, so it was kind of a mix of a 7-Eleven and a bodega.
Okay, so was there more than just liquor there?
Yeah, they had aisles. They had like 3 short aisles where they had just things like cereal and single rolls of toilet paper and.
Oh, that's weird then. I don't know. How'd you work there? Now I'm questioning.
Just my dad and stepmom knew the owner. See what happened? I was living in Maine, and I was wanting to stay there because I just had a lot of issues with my dad and his wife and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to actually stay in Maine, and they wanted me to come back. So they got things organized so I could have a job there and stuff. So I said, okay. So I came back and started working at this liquor store after school every day, and then more hours on weekends. We'd get deliveries coming in on the weekend, have to unload these trucks, and most of the time was just they had an ice machine and they sold bags of ice, and I would have to bag up the ice in like little bags about this big, just make like about 50 bags of ice every day, it seemed like. And then sweep and mop the whole place and stuff. And it wasn't too bad until everybody at the place had a tab. Like if you bought a soda or a burrito or whatever, they could just, if you didn't have the cash on you, they'd put on your tab, and we'd get paid every 2 weeks. And what would happen when you got paid, they would deduct whatever things you'd eaten, or some of the people would put gas in their car, buy cigarettes or alcohol, and they would take care of their tab at the end of 2 weeks. So I had like a couple things on there and stuff. And one time my check was super, super light. I forget, it was like, it was under, it was like 20 or 30 bucks, and it should have been quite a bit more. And I'm like, what happened? And it's like, oh, well, your tab. I go, I didn't have that much stuff on my tab. I said, maybe like for 2 weeks, maybe like 3 sodas and maybe a burrito the one day. They go, oh no, your mom was in here and she got a couple cartons of cigarettes and filled up her car, and your dad was in here, and they just put it on your tab. And I'm like, what the hell?
What the hell?
And then I
Wow.
told them to cancel. I said, you know what? I said, just, I don't want to have a tab anymore. I don't want to have a tab anymore. I just,
That was fucked.
So then I got in trouble for not having a tab
Oh.
by my folks. What happened was, it was either my dad or my stepmom went to put gas in their car, and they were turned down. And they're like, they go, oh no, he said, and it's like, oh, they were pissed. And they tried doing it a couple other times because they knew the people. They let it slide, and they put the gas on my tab again. So, but after the gun thing, I that was it. I left. Yeah, Yeah, I don't think they knew I was in the freezer. I think they're just trying to get the gun away from the guy. Because instead of the gun being like right side up, it was like actually upside down. I remember like it just happened. But the gun was like actually upside down with the trigger on the top part rather than on the bottom part. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was just the things that don't kill you make you stronger, or something like that. But yeah, it was crazy. It was good times. There was people stealing from that place right and left. It was crazy because we had a big walk-in freezer and it wasn't a freezer, it was a walk-in cooler. And when I was being shown around by the boss and stuff, the assistant manager was in there and he was sitting down and he had something with him and he put it away real quick. And I seen him like, it's kind of weird. I just said I had a corner of my eye and stuff. He told me a couple days later, he goes, man, I thought I was going to get busted. He goes, because he was in there drinking. He was stealing a beer now and again from the company. And he'd go in the freezer, he'd sit on a milk crate and chug a beer. There was a couple times, yeah, I did underage drinking with the guy just hanging out. And what you do though when you're done is you put the cap back on. You don't drink all the beer, you leave a little bit in there. You put the cap back on, and then you put on the shelf and bump it so it falls. And then what they do is they can collect, since the bottle cap is on the thing, they consider it breakage. So it's like, it's free beer, man. The insurance takes care of it. I'm like,
That's smart.
so, but anyways, yeah. Yeah. It is very true.
With the hot frog.
Wonderful parents, yeah. So yeah, growing up for me was fun. It was an interesting learning experience. I was a new kid every single year, brand new school from kindergarten up to 12th grade. So, all right, good night, Linda. Have a great day.
I was almost always a new kid until like, I think, I don't know. I guess when I got to high school. But for a while I was just like switching schools like every year and like halfway through one of the school years I switched schools. It was just a mess and really annoying.
That's usually when we'd switch, is like mid-year. Just like try and play catch up and stuff and just like, oh man. It's a mess. It's a mess. Ancient proverb to light: the strong live by their own wages, the weak by the wages of their children. There you go. That is true. So I don't know. Like I said, I started working at 15, setting up tables and stuff at a yacht club. It was an easy job. People are like, "Wow, it looks like hard work." I go, "No, dude, it's a piece of cake."
Hard work? You set tables.
It was they had folding tables, so you'd have to roll out this cart, take the folding tables out, open them up, take the folding chairs, put the tablecloths on them, put the clips on the tablecloths, blow away and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's not hard work. That's easy. That's
amazing. It was easy. I got where I could do it really quick, but then I learned that I wasn't fired from that job, but they just made it weird. So I finally left, because there's one guy that was kind of like the caretaker of the place, was kind of like really angry that I was there, because I was like taking over the job that he should do, that he was doing like super slow, and I was doing it like 3 times faster than he could. So it was bad.
It's less work for him. What does he complain about?
He was just paranoid. He thought that this young kid was coming in to show him up, and he was going to get fired or something. It was just like, I've worked with weird people like that. There's just weird things. And that is true. Mrs. Frog had some lovely parents. Her parents are great. They loved me more than my own parents did.
My parents are very hit or miss.
Yeah. Her parents were older, but her parents were awesome. They were just straightforward. You knew where you stood with them, and they were awesome. They'd do anything for anybody. But yeah, but they were awesome. I think about both of them every day. They both passed away. She lost her mom in 1995, and her dad in 1999. So, but they were awesome people. Good night, Linda, USA. Stay beautiful.
Next week I have to go to Florida for testing.
Mm.
I'm dreading it. Not because of the testing, though, because I'm gonna be in the same breathing air room place as my dad. I don't feel like it.
You don't get along with your dad, or?
He's a dick. He's awful, man.
Good parent produce lovely children. There you go. It was a really good balance. That is true. So yeah, I get the whole dad thing. I haven't talked to my dad probably about 15 years. We just I went to live with
He
him.
doesn't know how to fucking talk to people.
Yeah, my dad's a narcissist. I just knew he was an idiot for a long time. I never really figured out why. I never knew there was words to describe him, like narcissist. So
I don't think I'd call my dad a narcissist. There's something fucked with him, though.
yeah. I mean, everybody has a lot of things that they deal with and stuff, and just but I don't know. It was just weird. It was like my folks got separated when I was like about 5. Then I went to go live with my dad because he convinced me that he needed me to help him with stuff. And then after that, we kind of switched roles, where I was the responsible one and making sure that he got up for work and all kinds of weird stuff. It was I've been the responsible adult ever since I was about 6.
Damn.
So sometimes he'd be okay. Other times he was mad because he just acted like I was getting underfoot. And then in high school, it was just bad. I mean, even in junior high, I'd hit him up for lunch money, and he'd pull out $1 out of his wallet, crumple it up, throw it in my chest, take out another one. There you go. And he goes, there you go. I'm not effing eating today. And there's lots of times I would just like leave the money there because he dropped me off in his van. You just leave the money on the seat and slam the door and just go without lunch that day. Wait till I got home to eat. But all the times he did that, he'd have me go to the grocery store to help with my half brother and half sister, and he pulls out a big fat wad of cash. Like, yeah, but I did make up with my stepmom. There was really weird dynamics with her and my dad, and I was always on the receiving end of all the nonsense that was going on, but we made up, so that was good. Yeah, I've tried forgiving my dad. I have forgiven my dad. I haven't forgotten the things he's done, but I have forgiven him. The hatred that I had for him is gone. I'm disgusted and disappointed in some of the past things he's done, but as far as actual hatred, wanting to harm him, that's past. Because I seriously hated my dad so much as a kid. We're talking like 8, 9, 10 years old. I mean, he was physically abusive with me. I mean, he'd beat on me all the time, pick me up, put me against the wall, drive his fingers into my chest, shouting at me for like just whatever reason. He would just get set off. And, he was just like, he beat me every chance he get, either with the belt, with his fist. Last time he laid a finger on me, I was about 12. He had me up against the wall, was doing that, and I just snapped. I just started swinging at him with everything I had, and I connected with him about 3 times before he was like trying to break away. And ever since then, he was afraid of me, and just, even though we lived in the same house, he would never talk to me, never acknowledge me. He'd go out in the garage, lock himself away, work on his cars, listen to his Beach Boys music, smoke his pot. And I actually raised, my stepmom was working a split shift so she could be there with us as much as she could, but she was like working as a nurse, so she'd have her hours cut up so she could be there for us during dinner time a lot of the time and stuff. But I actually helped her raise my half brother and half sister because my dad was super irresponsible, didn't want to have to deal with anybody. But I've given my dad like chance after chance. I tried reconciling with him a bunch of times, and it's either everything was my fault or I didn't understand what was going on. So yeah, so I sorry for going off in that
No,
tangent.
no, you're fine.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah, that's why I
apologize.
hate the Beach Boys. I have transference issues, so I can't stand the Beach Boys. Yeah, one of the things, because when we were getting along, like I said, when I was like younger, and some of the times when we did get along, we'd go ride dirt bikes and stuff. And he promised me he was gonna buy me a motorcycle. And I was in 5th grade. Went down to the dealership, got a brochure. Back in the day, you get a brochure, and I pinned that to my wall. And he says, "Okay, if you get straight A's or do your best, we'll go get you this motorcycle." So okay, we talked about it for the whole year, like at least once a week. Talk about this bike and get this bike and get this bike. So I was so excited to get this bike. Get my report card, and I worked my butt off and everything. And there was a teacher that would never give A's, so I had like a B plus or something, but everything else was solid A's. So took the because I had the thing pinned on my wall. Took the brochure down, took my report card to him, and I said, "Hey," I said, "here's my report card." "Oh, okay, cool." Just like he acted like I was bothering him. He's like, "Yeah, okay." And I go, "Well, what about this?" And I show him the brochure. He goes, "What's that?" And I go, "It's a brochure about the bike we've been talking about." "I never said that." I go, "No, you said." He goes, "No, I never said that." And then he started cussing me out. So I was like, so yeah, happy times. Happy times.
Happy.
Yeah, the Beach Boys were lame anyways. They always be lame.
No, I haven't really listened to much Beach Boys, and I'm not really drawn to them.
They're too happy. They're like na 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 na.
Yeah, I don't really like really happy music.
It's super happy. It's super happy.
Oh no.
Yeah, my dad he never kept promises. Ignored our son too. It was like it was a mess. And he'd always tell everybody how it was either he'd go back and forth to be telling people either how hard his life was or all these great wonderful things he did. So it's just like just get tired of hearing people talk about themselves over and over and over and over again. Just like, really? And to strangers, okay, this is how awesome he was. He was a mechanic. My stepmom needed the brakes fixed on her car for almost 2.5 years. They were grinding. He never got around to fixing her brakes. And I know people are going to say mechanics work on their cars. He worked on his car all the time. He worked on his car all the time. It was always this and that. But anybody else in the family, no. But other people, strangers, he would do work for free for them because he's always wanted to make a good impression. He was doing stuff for free for these people and everything else and stuff. And I remember one summer we helped this friend of his get his car ready for painting, and my dad had all kinds of spray equipment and stuff. So he painted this guy's car, and I had like this little scooter thing, actually like a mail truck thing. And the guy goes, I got some paint left over if you want to do your car that color. Here, you can have what's left over. I said, "Oh, really? Thanks." Because I did a lot of prep work on the guy's car, cleaning stuff and doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, I was there like a lot working on this guy's car. So I got the paint for free. My dad was going to charge me to paint this thing when he just got finished painting this guy's car for free.
Bruh.
I'm like, really? And then like my wife says, when she had brain surgery, he didn't care. He couldn't be bothered.
Jeez.
Yeah, so your mother's an artist and a poetry writer. He destroyed her future. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So yeah.
I I had a falling out with my mom, so then I went over to Florida to live with my dad, and
Mhm.
things were going really well, and I don't really know when things changed. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Shit just got fucky.
It can do that pretty quick.
Yeah, but now I've made up with my mom. There was like this moment, cause like I had a lot of fucking hate for her for stupid shit,
Mhm.
and some valid shit,
Yeah.
but it was mostly stupid shit.
Mhm.
Um, but I was like calling her over the phone, and I was like sobbing about my dad being an asshat, and
Mhm.
she showed me way more like, I don't know, love than he did in like the 4 years I was with him. So then I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to New York.
Yeah. Yeah. So my dad would always try to challenge me too. And as a kid, I mean, he's an adult. He's like in his 40s. He was a mechanic for years, and he's really strong and stuff. And I mean, he had like his arms were huge, and he'd always like try to pick fights with me. Hey, you think you're a man? You think you can take me? I mean, just out of the blue, I'm like,
What the
just
fuck?
leave me alone, you know? It's weird. It's weird, dude. Yeah. Your stepdad wanted to put a deadbolt on your door and lock you in your room. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, sorry you had all that drama with your dad, there, Cameron.
It's fine.
So,
Beelzebub's mad because I pushed him off my lap.
uh-oh.
He's
Get
being
alive, Cat.
annoying.
You bugging me, man.
He keeps trying to eat my headphones and eat my bracelet.
Um, yeah, I imagine that could do that to you. Yeah, you change and you join the military, and they break you down and build you up. I was never in the military, but I knew people who were. Some of my really good friends after high school, they didn't know what they're going to do with their lives, and they got convinced that the army was the best way to go, or the military, some version of the military. And yeah, you just tell that they had changed. So yeah, sorry, Boris. It's all good. You survived, didn't kill him. Same here. We didn't. And I think the reason I didn't harm my dad is I didn't want to go to prison. Seriously.
That's the only thing that held me back when I was pissed off at my mom.
Seriously, I didn't want to go to prison. Came back on your first leave and said to my father, if I see you lay a hand on my mother or my brothers or sisters, I will be happy to execute you in the streets. Yeah. Yep. I get that. I understand that the sentiment very well.
It's parental trauma hour at the Hot Frogs.
It is. Wow. Won't allow the church to bury your body. I'll reduce that church to a pile of rubbish, blowing it up. Wow.
Oh, Beelzebub's staring at me.
Oh.
Goodness.
Yeah. No, I had the same sentiment. I mean, I like I said, I was about 7 or 8 years old. There was a few times, very often, where I thought about just going into my dad's room and just killing him in his sleep with the butcher knife. And like I said, the only thing that kept me from doing that is I'd seen movies. I knew what they did to people in prison. I'm a kid. No thanks.
Too cute for prison.
No thanks. Yeah, you don't feel bad for having your parents were awesome. You don't feel bad. Your parents
don't feel bad. But you know what's crazy? When I was like growing up, I I normalized it so much that people just have shitty parents. So whenever I would meet people with good parents, I'd be like, what? Your parents
Yeah.
actually treat you like a human with rights?
Yeah. Yeah, for a long time, because I said I went to a new school every year. So when I would try to make friends with people, I was pretty antisocial with all the stuff that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tried to make friends with people and stuff, they asked about my parents. I go, "Oh, I'm adopted." It was easier. Seriously, it was easier than trying to explain why they were the way they were. I said, "Nah, I'm just adopted." Wow. Yeah, he's probably realizing he screwed up. See, that's the thing. Sometimes people realize that they've made mistakes and own them, and there's other people that just they never will. They never will own anything. Yep. You don't want to end up like him or worse.
Yeah, so one of the reasons I wanted to come back to New York was because my dad wasn't really financially stable, and I told him that I wanted to go to New York, and he was very fucking apologetic about not being stable. So when I get to New York, he's like, okay, I'm gonna save up, I'm gonna get us a place, I'm gonna fucking like fix shit. You're gonna come back and we're gonna have a couch, because we never had a couch for fucking 3 years. We didn't have shit in the living room. So, and then for like some parts of those 3 years, we were living in other people's houses. We were, couch surfing. Like, I lived in a BDSM house. It was weird.
Wow.
So where was I? So when I got to New York, he's saying all this shit. I'm like, okay. I didn't really believe him. But, I'm trying to have faith in him. Weeks go by, months go by, and he has a dog. And then he has 2 dogs. I'm like, what happened to saving money for me? So fuck him.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're survivors. All of us here are survivors.
Yeah.
You just see the thing. In a way, I kind of thank my dad for being how he was and still is. As far as I know, like I said, I haven't talked to him for about 15 years. But like I said, I thank him because he did a lot of things, and I did the opposite. I learned what not to do from watching the examples that he's given to me.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I know damn well I'm not gonna be couch surfing.
Yeah, we lived with a lot of different people. That's kind of why I went to a new school every year. I mean, when he got separated from my mom, he was living with a friend of his and the friend's girlfriend, and later they got married and stuff. And I just remember as a kid, we always had candles burning. And it wasn't until years later I put 2 and 2 together. I realized the reason they were always burning candles, it wasn't because the lady liked the ambience of everything. It was simply they refused to pay the electric bill.
Oh.
So, I mean, all the time I'm like, these people, I mean, it was during the 70s and these people were hippies and stuff. And I was just like, oh, like, you don't think anything about it. You're like, oh, I guess they like candles.
Yo,
but,
Paulina.
Paulina. Hello, Paulina.
Dusty!
Dusty's here. Maybe they can save us from all this.
Where are these people coming from? Were you guys at a stream or something? That I didn't hear about?
There we go.
Paulina!
Hello, Paulina.
Hey!
Welcome to Parental Trauma Hour that we're trying to get out of.
Cool.
So, yeah. We're just all comparing notes and stuff. So, some people have great parents. Jen, Mrs. Hot Frog, she had the best parents, awesome parents. Other people, their parents are screwed.
Dusty!
No, we were doing a little privacy. We were watching a movie, so it's like we were
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
just kicking back or
Oh.
whatever. And I was like, I turned around, I was like, after the movie was, I was, it's time for it's time for Insomniac. I forgot it's time for
It's all
Insomniac.
good. It's all good.
So like, sit over there, see what he's doing.
We're still here. We're just talking, commiserating, just dealing with the asshole parents.
Oh yeah, yeah. I dealt with some asshole parents. I mean, I grew up with an alcoholic mother, alcoholic father. So yeah, I dealt with some shit.
Yeah.
But I came out pretty well adjusted, I think. Somewhat.
I think I'm all right. My dad acted like an alcoholic, but when he wasn't drunk, he would get high all the time. He was easy to deal with when he was high. He just avoided everybody. But the rest of the time, when he was sober, he would act like a raging alcoholic, just violent, beating on everybody and stuff. It's bad. But anyways, I found this on eBay the other day.
Yo.
Well, I have nothing to show. I'm freaking out.
Wait,
I'm on.
gotta
I
turn
got
on
Pringles.
the light. Give me a second.
Here, I got Pringles. I'll show my Pringles.
There you go. Hello, Lisa.
Hello.
Lisa.
Am I officially in the club now?
Yeah.
Lisa, you gotta show your face. Her hair is up nice and pretty, and it's in a tight little bun, and she doesn't want to show it now.
Yeah.
She's looking cute and adorable this evening. She doesn't want to show herself.
Yeah, because I don't know.
There you go.
Pretty good. How are you doing? I hope I don't butcher this. Anunnaki the one?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Anunnaki the one. How are you doing this evening? You're up unusually late, Cam Dog.
Yeah.
You're hyper? Have some Red Bulls this evening?
I drank a lot of coffee, had some sugary shit so that I could stay up late.
Cool. Yep, true, most definitely. But unfortunately, it's like you have to have a license to drive. You have to have a license to do all kinds of other things in life. You have a license to be a parent. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Jen.
But I was, like I was telling
Hello,
you,
Jen.
I helped raise my half brother and half sister. So when I became a dad myself, I already had experience. Made it easy, easier. So.
Uh-oh. He has an energy dome.
Yeah, I beheaded one of the little Devo guys and
did
gave him
you?
a dome.
Oh, okay.
So that's why Lisa went off camera. She went to go lay down. She's gonna be snoring pretty soon. We're gonna see like
okay.
her avatar's gonna.
No, one time I did One time I did fall asleep on the stream and you heard the snoring.
You hear you snoring? Were you snoring loud? Was like, are you like one of those?
No, I'm like,
If it was modern day, both of my parents would have ended up in prison. Probably.
well, let me put on a light so you can see me.
Let's see. For me, it's like I had like an amazing dad. I loved my dad. He was amazing. Everything about him was awesome. But the woman that birthed me, I refused to call her my mother because she was a bitch and she cheated on my dad, and my dad did not deserve that. And so I don't call her my mom. And then my dad's second wife was abusive, so I was abused for about 2 years. But his third wife, the one that he was with by the time that during his last few years, she was amazing. But for me, I consider my grandmother my mom. She raised me.
Well, with me, it's like pretty much what ended up happening was I was raised mostly with my mother. My father was kind of like in and out because they were separated, so he would like blow into town, he'd be in there for a while, and then he'd leave town, he'd be gone for a while, and then he'd blow back into town. But it seemed like whenever something important was going on in my life, he was always there. So I can't be like, oh, I grew up without a father, blah, 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 or whatever. But yeah. But they both had a lot of problems. They both had a lot of problems of their own, especially my mother. I mean, I think back then, I don't think they were doing diagnosis. They weren't diagnosing bipolar. like they do now. And I have a
Yeah.
funny feeling my mother was bipolar. But now that I'm older and I have more life experience, I'm kind of like, you go back, how like hindsight's 2020. I go like, well, you know what, this wasn't right, that wasn't right, this wasn't right. Especially now that I've raised my own kids, and they're all adults and they're on their way out. Hopefully, I'm like, get out. No, I'm just kidding. Don't
You
live
want
till
them.
you're
You
30.
want to start living your life. I understand. You
Mhm.
want to start living your life.
Well, I'm living my life. I mean, thing
I
is,
know,
even though
but
they're here,
you kind of want to.
hmm
You want them to. Whatever.
it's kind of like I'm just kind of like, I did my job. It's
Yeah.
time to leave the nest. Leave the nest. But they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, my son did for a short while. He moved in with his girlfriend, and that didn't work out, unfortunately. That was pretty
Yeah.
bad, and he had to come back home. So,
Yeah. That's why you shouldn't live with someone unless you're married with them.
mine were arranged. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but a lot of dysfunctional, toxic, relationships like
Yeah.
that.
Been through that.
I got myself in situations later on in life where I could have married someone that I would have been in a toxic relationship like that with, and I'm sure it would have been the same thing because I was living in a bubble, and stuff.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does happen. I gotta change this sound.
So what happened? How come it went to such a serious topic?
Oh, it's been kind of serious for the last, I don't know, half hour or so. Sometimes we're lighthearted, sometimes we kind of take a detour and discuss certain things, and it's good.
I know how to make it lighthearted. Wait. Okay, so this is Pomer eating fries. He's being fed fries.
Okay.
Bojangles fries specifically, and then this is him with a gun. I call it Pomer Pew Pew.
Pilmer Pew Pew?
Yes.
Okay.
I was calling it dirty Pilmy.
I don't like that. Dirty pill.
Oh no, Lisa, please change that avatar. That avatar is so disturbing. I find that avatar so disturbing.
Oh, I think I have another one. Hold on.
There we go.
Let me find it.
Okay, that's better. I'd rather see that avatar. There you go. Even though she's grumpy in that avatar, it's like I'd rather see that one. Have you printed out any of your artwork there, Cam, and shown it to Pilmer?
I show him everything.
Really? And he gives the stamp of approval?
Yeah,
Pilmer approves. He's like, I love it.
I haven't shown him this one though, because I haven't shown him the gun one though. I haven't shown him this.
And this, you have to send me your address and I'll send this to you.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
What up, Bing? How is everyone?
Doing good. How are you doing, JoJo?
Same old another day.
Sweet.
Got pulled over by the highway patrol on Cinco de Mayo and had my fun with him. And he found out, number one, I was not drunk. And number two, he didn't hit me with over 100. He put me at 99.9.
You should tell him, might as well just round it off.
Because after that, it's reckless. He's got to take you in.
Oh, okay. Well, then he wasn't being quite an asshole. Then he was actually
He was a
trying to
nice
save you a
guy.
little bit. Yeah,
Really nice guy.
trying to save you a little bit. You should tell him I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to get someplace. Tell him, I got a cramp. I got to get to the hospital. I don't know. Might be
you know
kidney
what?
disease.
You're right. I was trying to get someplace. I was trying to get back home because my kid is sick. He's got chickenpox, right?
Ooh.
So I'm like, holy fuck, man. And I'm at a friend's place in Santa Barbara, and I got in the car. He said I passed him. And what he said, he was doing 100, and I passed him like a lightning bolt. Okay. So, okay. Was I doing 110, 120? I don't know. I was not looking at the odometer. The freeway was wide open, so I just fucking went. And I didn't see this car. A black and white. How can you miss it? I missed it.
Well, you were preoccupied. You were busy. You wanted to get home.
Yeah.
You have other things on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
He was a nice
Especially,
guy.
Mhm.
He was very, very cordial, very nice.
Mhm.
He goes, "Look, I'm just going to put it at 99.9." I said, "What's the 0.9?" He goes, "You can fight it in court."
Uh,
Yeah, because he had already called it in.
okay.
You follow? And when he
Yeah.
realized I'm just a normal human being,
Mhm.
he's like, "I already called it in, man. I logged your plate in, and this and that, and
Mhm.
whatever." Okay, there is no 0.9 on a calibration gun.
Okay. Well, he probably realized when he pulled you over and he talked to you that you were a sensible man, that you weren't drinking and stuff like that. So there must be a reason
No,
for it. So that's probably the reason why he's like, okay, well, I'm going to put this down as whatever, and
but the
go ahead and help him
problem
out.
is what I had on the street was tacos, not donuts. I could have even got away with the ticket.
Yeah. Oh,
Could get him
California
tacos,
people
maybe.
like tacos. Yeah.
I swear to
There you
God,
go.
I had a box of tacos, like 16 of them, taking them home.
There you go. You probably could offer him a couple of tacos and got away with it there. Could have got off, especially
I
on Cinco de
don't know.
Mayo.
He was whiter than me, man.
White people like tacos.
I like tacos.
There you go.
I like
Come on.
tacos,
White people
burritos,
love
Doesn't like
tacos.
tacos.
Lisa, she's
Right.
Asian. She loves tacos, huh?
I love tacos.
See, there you go. Everybody loves
Yeah.
tacos.
I love tacos.
Can you imagine dropping a couple of $100 on the floor out of your driver's door is one thing, but trying to buy a cop with tacos, that's even it's embarrassing to go to court on that as bribery.
I know.
I just thought he was hungry. I was just doing it.
You could just be like, I just offered him a taco at Cinco de Mayo. He looked like he was hungry, and it was
I
taking him
offered
time to write the
him-
ticket out.
Just say just say I offered him my taco meat.
Yeah,
And he
which
didn't want
one? The one on the seat or the one between your legs?
It depends. It depends.
Or better, you just tell him, you go, listen, you tell him, I've got a box of 16 tacos here. With each taco, it's worth 5 miles.
Oh man,
5 miles an hour.
So you're telling me, Dusty, that I could have had an escort all the way home with blue red lights?
Well, no, maybe you could turn around and tell him, I've got 16 tacos here. Each one is worth 5 miles per hour off of the ticket.
Discount.
So you kind of do the Tarantino. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie 4 Rooms, where
Yeah,
Tarantino's like
discount,
sitting there
yeah.
trying to talk him into doing the thing with the money. He's like, oh, well, here's $100. You know how long it takes to count to 100? About as long as it takes to count to 200. So you turn around and go like, you keep on.
By the way, hello everybody on the chat and on the side chat. I'm sorry, I just had to rant and rave about this fucking issue. And in fact, what I want to do is I can't paste in here, right, Dave? You got to give me that blue broom.
What?
Let me do it here.
Yeah, blue broom. You remember the Gong Show?
Orange.
Yeah, I want to show you guys what this means. And this is like a felony or some shit. I'm like, oh. Okay, I'm going to try to paste.
Blue
There we
broom. Okay.
Oh.
Is that a code word for something else? Blue broom?
Wrench.
Blue broom, you know, the blue broom.
Oh, I was thinking my mind went elsewhere.
No, it's a wrench. It looks like a blue broom from a distance.
Oh no! I actually don't need it. I don't need it. I can do this.
Oh, you can do it. Okay.
I think you can put in the private chat.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it
Here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In private chat. Okay. I can do that in private chat. And then here. Yeah, that's look at this shit. Oh no, it's not it. Anyway, it's $1,000 fine. And it's not a felony, it's a misdemeanor, and it's 2 points on your driver's license.
Oof.
Yeah. Now, what's going to happen with the insurance company is more what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I mean, 2 points is going to be probably quite an increase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be yeah, that's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Maybe
Whatever,
the tacos, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the
who cares?
taco, yeah. Maybe the taco thing could have like worked. Like I said,
Yeah, the
I don't
tacos.
know.
I don't
No,
know.
shit.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
I miss Anunnaki.
Yeah, you should have gave him donuts.
No, Toppy.
I swear to God,
You didn't
next
have donuts
time
yet, Toppy.
I'm gonna do something stupid like that. I'm gonna carry donuts, coffee, whatever the hell I can pack in the car.
You should give
Uh-huh.
him Dunkin' Donuts because America runs on Dunkin' Donuts.
There you
See,
Hey,
so it always has to be
you're
specific.
reminding me of a special person on YouTube that's no
I
longer
have
on
to be
YouTube.
specific because donuts have the cops probably have preferences of donuts that
Uh-huh.
they eat. You can't just give them any kind of donut.
They have to be specialty donuts.
Okay,
Well,
Lisa, what
Well,
kind of donut would
there's
you
that
give an
story
officer?
from Gabriel
Pink
Iglesias
frosting
that he
donut.
tells,
Mm.
and he says that he was at a Dunkin' Donuts, and then he has a box of them, and he's pulling out of the drive-through, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're so gonna get it when I get home." And so we get to where they're crossing, and then he gets pulled over by a cop, and so he's like, "Oh my God, I'm getting."
Gabriel
I'll fix you
Iglesias is
later.
a genius.
So the cop says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And then he says, "Because you can smell it."
Because you can smell it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that comedy. It was a stand-up. And Gabriel
Yeah.
Iglesias is a genius.
Yeah,
and then
he's playing
by
Dodger
the way,
Stadium.
contract killers, Boris. I know they're gonna fleece me. That's okay. And Anunnaki, I know they're coming after me. They're waiting by the back fence with the shotguns. Did you guys see this fucking comedy attack again at the Hollywood Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not
What?
pressing any charges.
What is wrong with these people? These are comedians. They make you laugh. They make you smile. They make your day go by.
Dave Chappelle is not exactly in good standing right now.
Well,
I'm
we
talking
understand
in
that, but the
general.
thing is, But
Yeah.
the thing is, it's always been the comedians in society have always been, they put up the mirror for us to take a look at our negatives and laugh at ourselves, is what it's supposed to be. Now they're not going to be able to do that anymore. And that was one of the things they had said about this whole Chris Rock thing, was that it's going to set a precedent where people are going to feel like they can attack these freaking comedians for making jokes about them. They said, what's going to happen now? You know, and it's starting to happen. You know, it's starting to happen. So it's scary. You know, but I think the thing that was also scary is they didn't do anything to this guy. They didn't turn around and make an example of him that, oh, you know, if you get caught doing something stupid like this, we're going to fucking nail you to the wall. They turned around and let him get away with it. Didn't charge him with anything. But, I mean, obviously his security team, you know, they hurt him physically, and everything else, which, I mean, he didn't walk away scot-free.
I saw that. It's on TV.
Well, you know, Thief, there are shitheads in every state, not just California.
Yeah, I understand a lot of people say California's a liberal state, and, you know, I understand people's opinions and stuff like that, but, I mean, but stuff like that's going to happen all over the country, though.
Come on.
Yeah, it's not just going to be
Dusty,
here.
I got a question for you. Can you imagine from now on the comedians have to do their skit behind bars so they don't get attacked?
Yeah, exactly. That's what's scary, you know, is that, you know, and I'm thinking the comedy club. You know, when you in Hollywood, you go to the comedy club.
I used to live there.
Yeah, because you go to the comedy club, you have all kinds of like famous people that go and they go see them do their shows. And a lot of these like big comedians go there and they try their shows out. They try out the material. Correct. So the material's still kind of raw. So they go out there and they do that. Yeah, and there's going to be stars in the audience. They're going to hear these jokes about
all the way in the back. Remember in the back?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, we should not slap comedians unless they're Pete Davidson. Everybody else.
Also, well, Pete Davidson's open season, but everybody else.
I have a question. Does anybody know the background?
Kanye's bullshit.
Does anybody know the background of the guy that attacked Chappelle? I mean, is there any history or any news about his mental stability or anything like that?
Well, obviously he's
mentally crazy. I haven't read anything about a backstory when it comes to him, so I haven't really like delved too deep into it. But I heard somebody mention something about Chris Rock. Now, I didn't even see that Chris Rock was there.
He was on stage.
Was he
there?
there?
He was introducing Dave Chappelle. That guy has bad luck.
So was it something for Chris Rock or for Dave Chappelle?
Guy was there too.
I'm sorry, who else was that, Junior?
Fox. I forget his
Jamie
name.
Foxx?
Yeah, he was there. He got up
Okay.
on the stage. I saw it on TMZ. It's all the whole
You
tape is
know,
4 minutes.
good old Jamie Foxx is gonna blame it on the alcohol.
It's exactly what I say, cataract killers. It's like, what happened to having First Amendment rights? So if you don't like what someone says, it's okay to slap people. No, I don't think so. It shouldn't be. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's what they're saying. It's going to set a scary precedent now. That did.
Dusty, I gotta tell you, my first condo was 933 Larrabee Avenue, right 1 block away from the Comedy Store.
Oh, so you were like basically living on top of it almost.
Yeah, just north of Sunset.
Yeah, I know where that's at. You're basically like living right on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
I mean,
next 2 blocks was Doheny.
And Doheny's the one that goes all the way up the hill.
It dead
that's
end.
Ozzy's house, and a lot of them live off Doheny up there.
Ozzy's no longer in that house. They're gone.
No, he sold that house.
Yeah.
But people, I mean, I feel sorry for the people that bought it because people still, you go over there any time of the day and there's still people taking pictures in front of that house.
I don't know who bought it. I don't know who lives in there, but I know their cars are gone. Ozzy Osbourne's son lives like 2 blocks from me, and he's got a kid, but he's got 2 kids now and a wife. Yeah, he's a calm and quiet guy. Very unfriendly. You say hi, hello as a neighbor. He doesn't even look at you. He looks at the asphalt when he's walking by.
Well, that's Jack for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you end up going up there towards those hills, like up towards Doheny, there's a lot of different famous people who live up that way.
Yeah, Stanley Hills.
And they all walk around. They walk their dogs out there. They do their jogging and stuff. And a lot of them are.
The only area I don't like is Wonderland Hills.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Wonderland Hills. I don't like that area off of Laurel Canyon where Wonderland murders happen.
Okay, yeah.
Those are like, what do you call those? Hippie, not hippies. I mean, like, I don't know, tree huggers or something like
Bohemian.
that.
It's more bohemian. It's more bohemian over there.
Weird people.
Yeah, it's very bohemian. It's like the 60s never died.
Exactly.
There,
exactly.
Yeah, that area. I mean, that's, yeah.
You know the area very well. You're describing it.
That's over where like Mama Cass used to live, and where Cass Elliot used to live, and a lot of the mamas and the papas lived around there. Joni Mitchell had her house up there. Neil Young had a place up there. There was a lot of people.
Neil Young had his house in the Donnas. You know where the Donnas is? Off Laurel Canyon when you pass Mulholland? That's where he lived.
I'm not familiar with that part. Not familiar with
that. That's going towards Studio City.
We lost Lisa.
Yeah. Oh, where'd Lisa go?
I'll put the thing back in case she wants to come back. So.
Yeah, she's probably, because I think she's on her phone, so it probably like different microphone.
But speaking about the comedy club and how people are getting reckless, I think I'm not going to play the sound because the sound might give me a strike, but I'll play the video with the sound. But this might be what they're going to have to do now.
Oh yeah, that's the belly. Is that the belly room? No, that's the main room.
Yeah, they got the chicken wire up there to stop all the beer bottles and stuff.
Oh man, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Dude, this is iconic. So this is part of history. The Blues Brothers.
She's like, wait a minute, that ain't country.
Oh man, that was beautiful.
I remember a long time ago, I'm talking about the 90s. In the 90s, going to see Ministry when they were behind a freaking fence. They had them behind a chain link fence. And I always wondered, well, does that save us? Does that save the band from us or save us from the band?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because they were throwing shit at the audience like they were trying to, get at us and stuff like that. Yeah, seeing Ministry was pretty crazy back then,
Why is Anunnaki not on the live chat? Come on, get up here, dude.
He's trying. He was earlier. He's trying to sleep. I mean, he's welcome to come up, but he was.
Trying to sleep. I mean, it's Saturday tomorrow. Come on. He can't be working 9 days a week. That's Beatles' job.
Only 8. Only 8.
It's like 5 o'clock in the morning for him over there, I think, right now.
Yeah, he's in Tennessee. So, yeah.
Do you guys remember Cheech and Chong behind Roxy in a line for audition?
That's that little that's a little driveway between the Roxy and the Rainbow.
It's an alley.
Yeah, it's basically like an alley. I mean, the thing that I find so unusual about that little driveway is it's such a small little area, but they end up doing this big thing at the Rainbow where you turn around and you get like valet parking and they park your car.
God damn, man! You walked all those areas, huh?
Oh yeah, that was my hood, big time, you know. But it's true. It's like they try and like do the valet parking, like make it all fancy, and it's like they drive your car like 4 feet and park it right in front of you, you know, and you give them like $10.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious.
Those valet parkers were making some money, man.
Yeah,
and then whatever else they got out of the car, remember?
Yeah, don't leave anything in the car because they will take it, especially the ones at the Rainbow. You know, but the thing that's great about that is that it's like you don't really want to be going up and down like Sunset Boulevard trying to find a parking spot anyway. So you do end up paying. It's like, okay, yeah, park it over there, whatever. You know, here's a couple of bucks to do it.
The only deals that there was, if you're a regular over there, to make a deal with a couple of the buildings, independent buildings that had an empty parking space, you give them $5, and the manager will let you park in there. And then whenever you get out, you got your own keys. There's no valet or anything. That's the only deal you can make. Otherwise, it's $30 today.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anywhere that you try and get into around there, I always thought that would have to be one of like the most lucrative things to do would be to buy a big spot, you know, a big lot of space and build a freaking parking structure.
Yeah, but you need community around you in order to support that. You know.
Yeah, that's true, but most of them won't. You know, most of them be like, no, we like it the way it is. It's been this way for years and for decades, and you know, it's always been a pain in the ass, especially when you live in the area. You have all kinds of weird people that park up your street, you know, and stuff like that, and just it used to be the same way around Melrose too. You know, during like Saturdays and afternoons.
Gavin Newsom is exactly what you said is what Gavin Newsom did. He bought a big old hotel on Spring Street in downtown that was red flagged, or red taped, or red flagged. I don't know which one it is. That means inhabitable. You cannot have anybody in there. Flatten the thing and turn it into a parking lot, 3-story garage.
That's one thing that downtown Los Angeles needs. It really needs freaking parking. It really does. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, I want parking. Yeah, it does. All they have is like flat street parking, and you know, all of the parking garages are all flat. You know, it's just parking lots.
See, the part I love about where I live is that if I have business in downtown LA, which is once or twice a month, I take the metro. I can get off there 6 different exits. I get off the metro, go upstairs. I'm on flat land.
Yeah, that's one of the smartest things to do, is to ride in through the metro. You know, just ride into Union Station and go over to Olvera Street and do your thing.
Union Station is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just go into Union Station, go over to Olvera Street, get yourself something to eat, and just keep on cruising on down.
Do you remember Trax is still there?
Really?
The bar? Trax is there.
No, I'm not familiar. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
Trax is like when you enter off of Alameda into Union Station, immediately to your right is Trax. It's a big bar. It's like everybody that goes into a train gets their first drink, or coming out of the train, especially after 4 p.m., everybody gets together over there.
All the commuters are like, let's stop and have a couple before we go home.
You'd be surprised how much commerce and business is conducted over there, passing each other's numbers. I'm a lawyer, I'm a this, I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse. You know, I've seen it in front of me. I met my lawyer in there 25 years ago.
You can actually do a lot of networking probably in places like that, especially next to Union Station, where all the professionals gather.
Right. Especially when they got a couple of drinks and they're in a happy mood, you know? That's when the relaxation mood kicks in, and you open up about what. Listen, you or I'm not gonna walk up to a stranger and start talking about my life, right?
No.
But when you're sitting next to a person on a bar, you had a couple of drinks and you start talking. That's how you get information, exchange information, tell each other what you do, and then down the line you might do business or not. Doesn't matter.
Mhm. Or what ends up happening is you end up communicating with the bartender what's going on with you, and usually someone off to the side will be like, "Oh, I didn't mean to overhear. Listen to what you're saying, but I could probably help you
Yeah.
with blah 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 blah." Someone's like chiming in or something. Have an
The
opinion about your.
bartender is the actual drug dealer, not meaning that he's selling drugs, but he knows how to trade people to people.
Oh, he's not going to give you any heroin? That's a sucky bartender. I'm kidding.
No, I was trying to acknowledge that picture that Paulina. Should I show that picture again, Paulina? That's you with Gavin Newsom, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
Impressive.
That is cool.
Yeah, this was like about 5 years ago, I think. Yeah. That's me
I
and
know
my
a lot of
girl,
people
and
are not pro
and
Newsom.
Gavin.
I'm pro Newsom, but
I don't.
that's politics. I won't go with that.
Government.
Yeah.
To me, all government is criminals in general.
Well, I understand a lot of people, end up having that opinion. Me, it's
I did that trust thing years ago, and I lost confidence.
I just figure it's a necessary evil, and just like when it comes to presidents and everything else, whoever they elect, you got to get up in the morning. You still got to go to work every day and go ahead and secure your little part of the United States. So
look, Dusty,
whoever's president,
Trump got billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in debt that was owed to the United States. Did you see a check? I haven't seen one.
Me neither, but we probably won't. But like one of the things, people are like worried about 2024. He's going to come back. And I was like, what? Me myself, in my opinion, it's like, yeah, I don't like the guy. I can't stand the guy. But 2024, if he comes back, just let's get out of the pandemic, get a couple of things settled, and then let him have another 4 years and whatever. If he gets another 4 years.
Listen, Dusty, here's where you, me, and Dave and his wife have it made. Canada is 800 miles away. All right?
We can hitchhike there.
I'm sorry to put it that way.
We'll go quick with AJ or AGK.
Well,
we're all coming today.
President since John Quincy Adams.
Well, somebody's got a question for you, Paulina.
Oh,
I don't consider Gavin a criminal. I think he has done it for California. I mean, look at California. It's like we're like the most richest state in
this guy doesn't like California. Perhaps he's from another state. He's anti-California.
Yeah, he's in Tennessee.
We need to be more like Cameron right now.
He's in Tennessee.
Gavin has done a lot for the LGBTQ community.
Oh, yeah, that explains a lot.
To stay alive today.
That explains a lot. He's from Tennessee. Yeah, that explains it all.
Hey, look, it's a record.
Hey, look, it's a Pringles.
It's a record.
Hey, look, it's the mall.
It's a record with a Pringles can. I'll beat you there, Lisa. Look, I got a Pringles can and I got a record.
It's the mall and David Cassidy.
I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but it's just,
Whatever happened to David Cassidy?
Right.
Man, I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, well, he died, yeah.
Yeah, he died about in 2017, I believe.
Wait a minute. How? That guy was young. How?
Ooh,
What, 50s?
Pass the Bonaducci on the left-hand side.
I think it was like in the 60s or something like that.
Wow, David Cassidy was a good character, man. He always a happy-go-lucky character, I like those type of characters.
Cat is just having a party up there. Look at
Sally is
I'm not high enough for this shit.
sadly, his dementia
Mhm.
got to him, and that's how he died. So I guess he had
God bless his soul.
a kind of disease that his mother had as well, where he had like early onset dementia. And
Wow. God bless his soul. Good.
Well,
I
that's
grew up
good.
watching that kind of stuff.
he had a
That's
beautiful
good.
voice. I loved hearing him sing in the Partridge Family. Is like
That's good. You too can
he
go
had like a lot
stay
of
in your
soul.
states. You don't
By the
want.
way, I forgot that Dave was over here. Dave, go ahead and speak, man. I'm sorry. It's like
all right.
we're like gypsies. We just came over and took over. We'll park our caravans and just fucking block the road.
There you go. You just
Well, I
gotta-
understand. The thing is, cataract killers. I don't deny anybody their weapons and their guns. I mean, everybody has a different opinion.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying about draconian gun laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, draconian gun laws, they're not really helping us. There's still a high, murder rate here and stuff. So,
I mean, come on. We
so
have
yeah, maybe you're
Compton.
right. Maybe it's not,
Just keeps it honest.
You
Well, Boris has got something coming to him. He has no clue. Because if we go to competition, he's got a hit on me, by the way, just to let everybody know. But we're going to go on a slingshot competition. Okay. It's going to be paintballs. All right. I want to see if it can hit the mark because with a rock and right, it's going to bounce off. But with a paintball, you can't miss.
or you freeze the paintball. You
That's
freeze
it.
the paintball, then you can't miss. I'm just not a guns person. I've just never been into it. When I was a young man, I'll admit, that's the reason why I will not deny anybody their guns. I will not tell anybody they're wrong on guns. But when I was younger, I did like to play with guns. I was like, oh, I want to own guns, and I had guns. So
I mean, I have a
it's just
shot.
not for me now.
I have
For
a
me,
shotgun.
Damn, Lisa.
Why? Because if someone comes into my house, man, I gotta protect myself.
Yeah.
I don't know where the shotgun is, but it's for 1800.
Now, if I wasn't scared of Lisa before, now I'm really scared of Lisa.
No, let me tell you why we have shotguns. Because I live in a nice neighborhood and people will rob you in the nice neighborhoods.
Mhm.
Well, let me tell you, Lisa. I respect what you're saying, and Dusty and Dave and everybody else.
Mhm.
My best weapon of choice of weapon is condoms. I don't want no more kids.
That too. Yeah.
Or
that
you
too,
could just
most
get a
definitely.
vasectomy too. That works too.
That
No.
works also.
I switch bedrooms. That's it. Simple.
Or you could just become a priest.
No, that's such bad bedrooms.
Why cut myself if I can move a drywall?
Well,
I agree with Pilmer. All I have is my Kiss Love gun. I think that's about the only weapon I have in here. I mean, I have baseball bats. That's about all I use. But I'm pretty sure it's because my house with a
Dude,
gun. I'm
God
pretty
bless
screwed.
the guy that can
But
find my house because by the time they get up here, they're gonna run out of gas.
well, some women are very persuasive, JoJo. So you got to be careful.
My wife is awesome. I mean, I could not. That's the best thing that ever happened in my life. So yeah, no, it's
Well,
not.
you got a good one then.
Yeah.
That's
I
you got a
joke
good one.
around a lot about my lifestyle. I make a mockery of my daily habits of living. And if you understand my gesture of joking, you would understand my personality.
Yeah.
cataract killers, I just feel it's not my place. I mean, exactly. That's what I feel. It's not my place to tell people what they can own, what color they can paint their house. Exactly.
Yeah, I think they're having a
Mhm.
political chat in the peanut gallery. We'll let them have it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cameron,
don't never mess with a woman's color choice. Oh, no. Never.
You never tell a woman she cannot have an accent wall. You never tell her what color she has to paint the living room.
And
You let her do what
you
she
never
wants to.
tell her she's fat.
No.
If you come back home and your bedroom is pink, you're gonna say, "I love it.
I love it.
This is beautiful."
Just
And
play with
then
your own
wait
mind.
for the reaction.
She don't have to go with stuff.
Yeah. And then you make sure you have like 10 restaurants on a list when you have to go out to eat.
Oh
Or-
yeah, you're right. You're right, Lisa. You're very right.
I speak from experience.
Uh,
Dog fell on my
it sounds like Lisa's
foot.
punished a few men.
No, because us women, it's hard for us to sometimes pick places. So you have to have like 20 of them.
Oh man, I've had that problem sitting in the car in the driveway and trying to make a decision what restaurant to go get food from. And especially when it's hard enough by one person thinking on his own, but to put two people together, oh shit.
Yeah.
Everyone in Cam's party has an energy dome.
Yeah. Cam's having a party.
They'll stop you at the door if you don't have one.
He's having a Devo party right now.
Where's Beelzebub's energy dome? So there it is.
You need like a little elastic strap to keep it in place.
You know what?
Cool. That's a big cat, man. That's
Cataract killers.
big cat.
Really
Don't
good
leave
rule of
that
thumb.
shit
You
in
always
my
let the woman
face.
control the house.
Cataract
She has to look good
killers.
all day while you're at work. Not happy.
Cataract killers. You are 100% right.
If it's pink and you don't like it, you just fool yourself into thinking it's salmon. You know, it's a salmon color. It's a pretty salmon color. Not pink.
Yeah.
It's salmon.
Boris, I totally agree with you on that one.
But in
Because
turn,
I'll
you should
tell you
never
what,
deny a man
whatever
a pool
goes
table.
wrong cannot be my fault.
Yeah, I got denied a pool table at one time, so I'm not happy about that. I should have never been denied a pool table. So
All I know,
never deny
all I
your man a
know
pool
is-
table.
All I know is that LGBTQ
Mhm.
people should always have their rights to anything, from having a job to having access to education to healthcare and everything. And also, women's rights should not be dictated by men.
Of course.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Let us choose what we want to do with our bodies.
But Paulina, I have a small request. I just want to sneak through the kitchen door and go to bed and go to sleep without argument. That's all I care about. I'll give you
You know,
everything
Jojo?
you want.
Jojo, if you look at her the wrong way, she'll get mad at you. Say one little thing, she'll get mad at you. So you just tell her she's pretty.
Been there. I think, over age and over time, you outgrow that stuff because
Some women
because
don't.
you stop responding. You just like this.
Like,
I've been through this 1,000 times. You just stop
yeah, like
responding.
my mom, my dad would just say a nice thing, and then my mom would just get mad for no reason. My dad.
Oh no, I don't have that problem. No.
Well, my mom's kind of bipolar, so.
No. I come home, I kiss her behind the neck. She's happy as ever. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
There are 3 things that you tell a woman that will make her very happy. You tell her, 1, you look so beautiful. 2, how did I get so lucky? And 3, I have chocolate for you.
Well, the 2 I do, but the
That
chocolate
works.
I don't because I don't want her to turn diabetic.
That's true. You're all
Yeah, but
sweet,
you
yes.
know, you give some Ghirardelli chocolate to a woman. If she turns diabetic, I guess it's okay.
So it has to be a specific
Here's a funny
Here
one.
we go.
Dusty, listen to this one. So I call her and I said, listen, I'm getting pulled over. I was doing over 100. I know I was doing 120, and I said, I'm going down. If I go down, boom, boom, I'm in North Santa Barbara, South Santa Barbara. She's like, okay, all right. When should I pick you up? I go, listen, first, listen to me. If I go down, you're not going to hear from me. That's when you look for me. Okay. And if I do not go down, if I walk away from this problem, I'm going to call you. Cop is talking to me through the window, and I asked him 3 times. I said, I have anxiety problems. Can I step outside? He goes, no, you can't step outside. Well, I can
Really?
drive my fucking car away. She's listening on the phone, and she's like, "Don't do it. You have a gun." I said, "I don't have a fucking gun." And the cop starts like, "Who's that on the phone? You have a gun?" I go, "I don't have a gun." We have a gun at home, not here in the car. And finally, I hung up the phone and I drove away after the ticket. I was so angry that I didn't call her back, right? She called probably TMZ and told them that I'm busted. I'm in jail or some shit. And I didn't want to answer the phone. I just did not answer the phone for an hour and a half until I got home. She's like, I called Men's Central Jail. I called Sheriff's Department. I called that. I'm like, at least you did something today.
Ooh.
Yeah, JoJo, if you sleep on the couch for the next 3 months, you know why.
Something
That's
tells me
all
that
right.
did not
That's
go over
beautiful.
well.
You know what? That
Or if you sleep in
that
if
would
she
be my
puts you in the
pleasure.
doghouse.
That would be. I'm sitting in the guest house right now. I have a 2,000 square foot guest house. I'm sitting in it.
5 nights
Well,
of Diva.
next thing you know, she's gonna put you on the cold hard pavement
Listen,
with
she
a
can put me
blanket.
in the Home Depot shed. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I just
We're-
accidentally
That's
boxed
pretty cool,
Neil's
man.
on the head with the
We're
dome.
looking at the
That is
disco
pretty
dome.
cool.
Can you show
That
us the
is
disco
very
dome?
the disco dome.
Yeah. Someone was asking about it. They thought it was tinfoil, but it's actually little mirrors like a disco ball.
Yep, entirely.
Why can't we not hear her?
Ah! Ah! Can you hear me?
What was? Yeah,
A
now
little bit. We
what,
hear
what
you.
was that? The band Devo? It looks like
Yeah.
almost like a Devo hat.
Yep, it is.
Energy domes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My head is sweating
pretty
in
cool.
this thing.
Very cool. Love it.
Comer said, I can hear you, Cam.
So
Man, what was that? Club 54 in New York, the disco ball.
it's before my time.
Studio 54?
Studio 54. Yes.
Okay. I was like,
You
Studio
remember
54 before my time.
that was a very, very active place back then.
Hedonistic, I guess would be the proper word to put. Hedonistic, sultry. Decadent.
I'm not high enough. I'm not high enough for this shit.
You're not high enough, Lisa.
Yeah, I am not high enough.
You sure not high
Well,
enough?
you
You were eating an
smoke
awful lot of
weed?
Pringles tonight.
Oh, it says 420. How dumb am I? Sure.
I just put my name like that because when I go on James Stream, I just have my name like that.
There you go.
Did you say when you go on gay streams?
No, James.
James.
Oh,
This other
Yeah, I don't go on. I don't think I've got any gay streams.
I haven't partaken in the Devil's Lettuce in quite a long time, and it was funny because the other night we were having another one of our little private streams. We're watching Pineapple Express,
Greatest movie ever.
and I was like craving the Devil's Lettuce, and I had a little bit.
Devil's lettuce,
like,
man.
okay.
That's a beautiful way to describe.
Yeah.
That is fucking beautiful. Devil's lettuce. I like cilantro. I like parsley, but devil's lettuce? Holy
Yeah,
cow! Can you imagine if you mix all three together?
There you go.
Well, you know what? I'm on my phone, so sorry if I don't have
It's
HD
all right.
sound
It's
because I'm too
it's
lazy to go on my computer. So you're just gonna have
That's
to deal. You're gonna have to deal with the shitty
He's-
sound quality.
He's just. It's all right.
You
It's all
can go fund me to get a better sounding mic, but other than that,
good. No, you're
you have to
fine.
deal with
You're
it.
fine. He's just.
Oh,
he's
thanks.
just
Don't worry about it. This sounds perfect.
It sounds good.
Yeah. No, I've had this phone for 3 years or 4 years now, so it is what it is.
Devil's Lettuce is the best thing on earth. It is, but I got to be careful
Oh
because there's
man,
some really
look at
strong.
Cam going at it, dude.
There's some
Yeah,
really
he
strong versions of Devil's Lettuce out there that I got to be careful with.
Yeah, I don't really go for I only eat the edible, so that's my version of devil's lettuce. Like the edible goldfish, the edible candy. One time I had way
It
too
was
much.
good
I
this
think
morning.
I was paranoid
What
in
did you say,
Hollywood.
dude?
I had way too much, so I'm walking around Hollywood all paranoid, and a homeless guy for friends.
On Hollywood?
Yes, in Hollywood.
You're
Oh, you
local.
told that story.
You're
Yeah.
down the street from me.
It was it was at a Weezer show.
Wow. You're
I went
down
to
the
go
street.
see Weezer at the record store Amoeba. So I went to Weezer. I took a little too much weed. They were
A
playing the
little bit of
sweater
too much of the
song.
devil's lettuce.
No, they
With
were
ranch
playing the
dressing.
sweater song. So that's when the weed starts to kick in. They're playing a sweater song, and I'm yelling, "Yeah, fuck you, River Comos."
Lisa, I got
And
to ask you a
Do.
question. You remember Tower Records on Sunset?
yeah, I didn't go to
Yeah.
that one. I went to the one in Pasadena. That's the one I used to go
I
to.
used to live there, man. I used to go between Tower Records, the Roxy, the Viper Room, and the Comedy Store, and the House of Blues. That was like
Oh,
my
You
yeah.
area.
know, I've never shopped at that particular Tower Records, but the last thing I bought from Tower Records before they shut down was the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
yeah,
I went
but
to a lot of like record
I've
signings
been
and
to a
stuff
lot of
there,
places
and
in Hollywood. I've been to the Troubadour. I've been to the Roxy.
Oh, Troubadour, yeah. The one on
Uh,
Santa Monica?
of course, yeah, and of course I've been to Hollywood Bowl. Who hasn't been to the Hollywood Bowl once?
Everybody has been. And that's the only place. You know what's funny? Dave, I got to remind you this. Dusty might know this already. Hollywood Bowl, you can bring your own booze with you.
Yeah,
That's
you
bring your
one of
own
can.
the
wine. I don't know if you can bring your own booze, but I know they will let you bring your own wine in sealed.
No,
I
yeah,
don't
anything you
my
want. You
friend
can
bought
bring a
booze.
30 pack. They don't give a fuck.
really.
No, you can bring your own wine. My friend brought some wine for when we went and saw Iron and Wine. She brought like a whole bottle of wine, and then she brought ice cream bars too. She brought like a freezer pack of Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars.
You
Yeah.
know that there was another amphitheater that was right across the way. I don't even know if it's still there because I haven't heard of anybody playing there in ages.
Are you
but
talking about the Greek theater?
no, the John Anson Ford Theater. It was a
Oh,
John Anson
no,
Ford
that's been dead
amphitheater.
for a long time. Right
No,
off
no,
of
no,
Geneva.
no.
Yeah,
Greta Van Fleet did a show there in 2018.
they did. Okay, because I
Yeah,
didn't even know it even still existed. I
I
yeah.
saw
Well,
haven't
X
heard
there,
about
yeah.
it.
Red Cross, Ramones. I saw a lot of bands there at John Anson Ford Theater, and I
I
didn't even know if it still
mean,
existed.
there's also
Yeah, I remember the
the
Ramones. They came in wheelchairs.
Oh, I didn't see that, but yeah, but I saw them there like in.
I
It
mean,
must have been like 88, maybe
there's a lot of places
87,
you can
88.
go and see bands. I saw
Mm-hmm.
bands at Funeral. You know, there's a place called Hollywood Forever where you can go see bands. That's
Yeah,
where
they
I
showed.
saw.
I've never gone
You're
to
talking
Hollywood
about
Forever and seen a
Cemetery.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hollywood Forever. You can go and
Yeah,
see
you can
bands
see
at Hollywood
movies there.
Forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They
I
showed
went.
movies on the one wall.
Santa Monica Boulevard, just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
past Tower, before
yeah.
Highland.
I went there and I saw Johnny Ramone's grave while I was going there. I was like, let's go
Well,
look at that.
it's a cenotaph. He's not really there. I don't think he's
No,
really
he's
there.
not. But I just went to see it because I
Chris
wanted
Cornell's
to.
right next to him now.
Yeah,
Chris
and then they
Cornell is
have.
right next to him.
It was pretty cool. It was a little creepy at first, I must admit. You know, seeing a concert where the dead people are, but
Mhm.
they also do movie nights there too.
But you know, out here in Hollywood, we don't really see it as a cemetery. We kind of like see it as a place where we go visit,
Yeah.
the stars. We don't really see it. It's like Didi Ramone is there.
But remember, there's a handful of people that hang around after the movie that's shot on the wall and waiting for celebrities to come out of their grave and start waving at them, just like they
Signing
were
autographs.
waiting for JFK
Yeah.
in Dallas.
Bye, Paulina.
Yeah, bye, Paulina.
Good night.
All right, good night, Paulina. Roz Williams from Christian Death too. He was like another one of my heroes growing up. He's buried there. Well, he has a niche where they have his ashes and stuff there. And,
But see, that cemetery
Mhm.
has been around for a long, long time. We're talking 15s, 20s, 30s actors that been in there
Yeah.
that are there now.
Cecil B. DeMille's there. So that
Yeah.
tells you something,
And it is the beautiful part about it is if you like history of Hollywood, you can read a lot about every character that's buried there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information that's put
yeah.
out. It's not like, hey, John Doe, died in
Mhm.
1975. No, there's history there. And then the what do you call those creators, choreators, or there's people in the daytime that walk you through and show you like this is so and so. He played this movie and that movie, and uh, it's not just a mortuary or
Mhm.
it's a place of history.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was like so funny is I took the tour once, being a tourist, because I wanted to
Right.
see. Because there's some names that I was coming across where I didn't know who it was, and I mean they end up having some funny anecdotes. They end up telling me they'll be like, oh, over there that's Bugsy Siegel. And they're like, and right
Oh
down there that's
shit!
the guy that killed
I
him.
didn't know he was there.
Yeah, Bugsy Siegel is there. And then also they'll say, okay, that's Bugsy Siegel right there, and then they point down a couple of like tears and be like,
I
and
thought
that
they
guy's the
should
guy
do
who
that
shot
back in
him.
New York.
What? I don't know if maybe they have some of his ashes here or what, but he's in the wall there.
He
Bugsy
took a
Siegel.
bullet
It
in the
says,
eye.
yeah, it says with love from the family. But
Yeah.
the guy who shot him is like 2 levels down from him. It's in the same
Wow.
freaking crypt, down there and stuff. Because
Wow.
they're like, oh, there's the guy who shot him right there, and I was like, oh, that's funny. I was like, they're right next to each other, and they'll like show you Mel Blanc, and there's some other people that you don't know about where they'll like, oh, this is so and so, and you don't know their name, but they were costume
Well, the
designers for the
Dracula
Wizard of
guy is
Oz.
there.
And
You remember the Dracula guy?
Bela Lugosi?
Yeah, he's
I
there.
thought I didn't know he was there. I thought he was somewhere else. I thought he was like in San Gabriel or something like that.
No,
I
no.
could be mistaken.
You're talking about San Marino.
Okay, maybe I don't know.
No, he's not there. He's there, and half of the what was that weird show, the black and white show that they were all vampires, the whole family.
The Monsters?
Monsters. Half of them are there too.
There's another place in actually it's in Westwood. It's I think it's Pierce Brothers of Westwood. It's like
that's a mortuary.
Yeah, well, it's a mortuary, of course, but it's like a little. There you go, Hugh Hefner. That's what I was about to mention. The place that I was mentioning, the one in Westwood, is where Hugh Hefner is. You end up going, and it's a cemetery. It's like a decent sized cemetery, but it's like in the middle of the city, and it's like between all these like skyscrapers. When you go to it in Westwood, but so many people are buried there, like Marilyn Monroe's there,
Hugh
and
Hefner's
Bill
next to
O'Connor.
Marilyn Monroe.
There's always supposed to be the rumor that Hugh Hefner was buried on top of her and that they put him in his casket upside down so he could be on top of her for all eternity type shit. But I think he had more class than that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think he had more class than that. But he is buried on top of her, though.
Hugh Hefner with class.
The man?
That guy, dude. That guy, I rented cars to him.
Really?
Oh, for years. Like, I don't know, 17, 18 years I rented cars to him. And my problem was I had to add extra insurance on every car for internal wear and tear.
Well, all right.
That's my only worry.
How old was the man when he died?
I have no idea. Him in 15 years.
I mean,
I have checks. I have copies of checks from him. Him and the other retard on the wheelchair, Hustler. What's his name?
You mean Larry Flint?
Larry Flint, yeah.
Don't ask why I know that. But yeah.
Yeah, I dealt with him with his Asian woman too. She used to cut the checks right off of Wilshire and Los Angeles, right around the.
My uncle, like in his Facebook biography, his Facebook bio says, "I will get up to the casino."
You know what I thought was so hilarious was Jack Lemmon's grave, because Jack Lemmon's grave, all it says is Jack Lemmon in, and that's it. So I'm assuming it must be Jack Lemmon in the ground.
Jack Lemmon was good. That was one of the purest souls that you can ever listen or hear or see. in
Mhm.
any kind of line of business. Jack Lemmon and his partner. I forgot his partner.
Walter Matthau. Him
Good
and
night.
Walter Matthau are not too far from each other. There's
Yeah,
like
no,
there's
the Odd Couple, was that the correct name? The Odd Couple.
I think it was,
Yeah,
yeah. But
Grumpy
Jack
Old
Lemmon
Man.
is like in one
Those were
section, they
pure
used to be
times of
section,
our
there's Walter
ages,
Matthau.
you know.
Uh-huh.
Those were the pure times of our ages because
Mhm.
the comedy was so neutral, natural, and basic, and yet immediately effective for that day that you're living at that era.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
Grumpy Old Man, that was like one
it
of my
was,
favorites,
I wish.
actually. He's grumpy and
Listen, Dust,
grumpier. Uh-huh.
you
Uh-huh.
gotta have that one key that can rewind time. I want to go back just 40 years. That's all.
40
If
years?
I go back 40 years, I'd be coming out of the womb.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that today. You mentioned that, JoJo, because I was like, I have this thing on my TV called Pluto TV. I'm pretty sure everybody who does a
I
Fire
got
TV or
Pluto,
device
yeah.
knows about it. And I was watching some of the TV shows on it. I was watching like
Yeah, they
Brady
played a lot of
Bunch
old
and
stuff,
stuff like
yeah.
that. And I was watching some old stuff on it, and I was like kind of going like, I was watching an episode of the Brady Bunch,
Oh, yeah,
and I was
of
kind of,
course.
like going, wow, what a,
That
I was
house
thinking, what
was
a
4
simplistic
blocks from me.
time, and yeah, and I was just thinking, what a simplistic time. It was so much simpler back then. What a great time it was, and I was kind of like, going through the whole thing where you get nostalgic, and then I was thinking,
Exactly.
I was like, okay, but if you went back in that time, you wouldn't have the internet,
No.
you wouldn't have the access to information like you do now, and all the things that you would be missing, or all the
You
things that you
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have. There'll be,
Corona.
well, yeah, I mean, the bad things, of course. We think of all the
I just
bad things
threw
we
that
wouldn't
one in
have,
there as a bonus.
I mean, we wouldn't
but
have
think of all the
Donald
good
J.
things we
Trump.
have. We wouldn't be able to talk on streams like this. We'd still be calling each other on the phone, rotary.
But,
No.
but
And if
remember,
you were home, you're home. If you weren't, you
collect
weren't.
call. I used to do
No cell
collect call.
phones, no Facebook,
oh yeah, the collect call,
no
yeah.
Instagram, no Twitter.
Yeah, I'd be at the movie theaters and I'd be like, I gotta collect call my parents. They pick me up from the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
back in the day, if you called your friends and they weren't home, you were ass out.
You
They
know,
weren't
back
home, you
in
didn't
the
get a hold
day,
of them.
you actually had to
Mhm.
talk to your friends. You couldn't just be like, oh, I'll talk to you on the internet. No,
Mhm.
you actually had to talk to them face to face.
Mhm. So,
Yeah,
All right, Lisa, you want to laugh? You want to laugh?
sure.
I still remember my first 4 girlfriends' home phone number.
Wow.
Landline.
Wow.
Wow.
I still remember my first landline. I still remember because we had that telephone for like years, and it seems like we had that telephone from like the time I was in grade school all the way up until I went to college. We had the same telephone number.
We had a
So-
number, it was 424-1515.
Yeah, I was just like,
Nobody can forget it.
yeah, I was like, I remember that. I remember that telephone. And it's like we ended up getting it like switched. I think we went from like
Pack bells.
yeah,
All
Yeah, it was-
Along the
yeah.
Watchtower is a good song. I like Mary Cries the Wind. That's a good one. Hey Joe. Talk about Hendrix songs.
Michael
And
says, I
then-
want to go back to see Cap Calloway live in concert. That would definitely be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Deep Purple too. Deep Purple, I have their first album. That's about it.
984-9793. Why does that sound familiar?
Dave, I got to tell you this one.
That's familiar.
94, 95. This dude walks up to me, buys a car from me. I give him the title. We're done. We go to DMV, register the car. Everything is done. And then we're walking out. He got such a great deal from me. I guess he felt that he got a great deal. He goes, I got a gift for you. He gives me a phone that's a flip phone Motorola with a plastic antenna. He goes, use it until it's dead. I'm like, what does that mean? Come to find out, this guy was scamming phones.
It was a burner phone.
Yeah, he was stealing people's account and shit.
Yeah.
And that phone sat in the center console of the Mercedes and kept ringing and ringing. I don't know how many people's numbers he gave to that phone. I just threw it in the trash.
Back then it was probably a StarTAC.
It
Probably one of
was.
those.
Yes, it was a
Yeah,
black
I had
flip
one of
phone.
those. I
Yeah,
had one of
black
those
flip phone and a
StarTacs.
plastic antenna, not even metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the antenna didn't even go all the way down. It would like bend over time. It was just like
Exactly. And
real
what does
flimsy.
the plastic antenna do? There's no communication with plastic to the
Mm-mm.
actual unit. You know.
Yeah, I think the antenna was actually internal, but they made it look like it had an external because people were
For
probably like,
looks.
"It's no an antenna. I don't understand the mechanics. How does this work?"
Nope.
So
Hang on, let me pull up the antenna so I can hear you better. Okay,
Yeah.
how's that?
Yeah,
remember when I was
I
first
remember
razors came
having
out
my
though.
first flip phone. It was the Nokia, and you
Yeah.
had to call at a certain time to get free minutes. So it was 7 o'clock for me, and I would get my free
Yeah. You're
call
right.
from them.
There was nothing more
Yeah,
satisfying than being able to snap your flip phone though, and you're like
I
talking
mean,
like,
you know,
"God,
those Nokias were pretty good. I had like about 3 of those Nokia phones, and then I remember I was so high tech because I had the ones with the keyboard that you could just flip out the keyboard and you could type. And I thought, whoa, I'm so high tech with my keyboard. And then the BlackBerry, yeah, I think everybody had a BlackBerry at one
yeah."
time.
I had one, but here's the best one that I had. That was the most intelligent move I made, yet the most stupid fucking move I made. I got a Nextel walkie-talkie, so we don't have to pay for airtime. Okay? Meanwhile, everybody's listening about your business. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember what was the name of it. It was when they used to say you would. Oh, it was chirping. They used to call it chirping. What was the name of the company though?
I don't.
It was mobile something or whatever. It was like this company where it was such a ghetto phone company. It was like it was advertised with like hip hop and all this stuff, but
Oh,
they
is
would
it?
say
Mobile Boost?
mobile boost. There you go.
Yeah,
Boost,
my
I
friend
remember I
had
got
it.
one of those.
mobile.
Shitty
Boost mobile.
phone service.
And instead of calling people, you would chirp them. You'd just be like chirp. You'd be like, "Oh, hey, what you doing?" And you'd let it go. It was kind of like early Snapchat, and then they chirp you back like, "Oh, I'm over the store," and you'd be all chirp chirp, and you'd be all,
Oh, it's like
"Well, I'm gonna
having a
swing through."
beeper.
Chirp
It's
chirp.
It's like
like having
Yeah.
a
almost like a walkie-talkie.
Basically, that's what it was. Yeah, and it wouldn't take from your phone time
Right,
and stuff
right.
like
That
that,
was
so
the
you could
whole
just go ahead
point
and
with
chirp.
Nextel.
So it's basically like the early version, I think, of like texting, but just with your voice.
Right.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. But I remember the first time when I first got a Nokia flip phone, and the first time I started receiving texts, I was kind of like, "What the?" I would have my friend Ed. He had caught on to text way back then. I hadn't caught on to them yet, and I would end up getting these messages, be like, "Hey, what you
Just
doing?"
be
I'd
real
like read it.
quick.
I'd be like,
How
"Oh."
long has text been around? I don't. I. That's my question.
I want to say like early 2000,
Okay.
Well, I
probably
got a
2001.
phone in 2007,
Uh huh.
so I want to say 2005, 2004.
Maybe
Because
around there. Yeah, early
Google
2000s.
was invented in 2004. So,
Because I remember receiving the first text messages on, well, for me anyway, the first ones I received on a flip phone. I would open it up and I was like, "What the hell is a text message?" And it'd be like text SMS or whatever, and it would be like a message or whatever. I'd be like, I didn't
yeah.
know how to answer them back. So I would just call them back and be like, "You just text me." I'm like, "I don't know how to text." Now I couldn't imagine not being able
Well, because
to text.
texting was so hard back then. You had to
Yeah,
type
Mhm.
different than you do now.
Lisa, you're very right because you had to
Yeah.
actually hit 3 times the
Yep.
key in order to get the letter right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Mhm.
I made my own ringtones because I didn't want to buy. After a while, I didn't want to buy ringtones, so I played piano. So I would just make my own customized
Man,
ringtone.
I completely forgot about what Lisa's saying about hitting the button 3 times to get the letter
Yep.
right, and then finding
Yeah.
the space button, and then
Oh,
hitting
totally.
key. Yeah, you're. Oh man, I've totally forgot about that.
No, we had to do that. And then I remember when I got my very first smartphone, which was a Motorola. I thought,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm in the big league. So I got the Motorola, and then I had an iPhone one year, shitty ass phone, but I had it, and that phone always had issues. So I've been with Android ever since.
Nice. Nice there. Anunnaki the one. Just call my beeper. It was funny because I was like telling my daughter that story not too long ago. We were talking about like when me and her mom first met, and I gave her my pager number, and how the next day her mom was blowing up my pager, and she just thinks it's so freaking funny. I'm like, oh yeah, she's blowing up a pager, 411, 411.
Yeah, the pager, the good old pagers.
You get the
Pager.
telephone one, you get the 411, and then you get the 69 at the end. You'd be like, ooh.
Right after the pager, there was that mega pager that would read like you would call in somebody that would take a message from you and type it in, and then this green screen would come on, and this motherfucker was so heavy, and I'm a skinny guy and would just pull my pants down. Yeah,
It's like this
that.
big. He was like that
Yeah, I would never give people pager numbers. If there was guys I wanted to talk to and I didn't want their pager number, I just add them to AOL Messenger. Be like, yeah, talk with me on there.
Damn.
Give you my phone number.
AOL, dude. What happened to AOL?
I don't know. AOL Messenger was what I used in high school. I was, that's what I used to text
He'd be
people.
like, oh, hit me up on my MySpace or my AOL.
Oh,
Dude, you do that, you're in a convalescent home.
No, I had a MySpace. I don't even know why I had it, but it was just, I was young. And everybody had MySpace back then. 2004, I was about 21, 22. So I had a MySpace.
Well, Lisa,
You're 30 now?
No, I'm going to be 40 in November.
Right, you're a kid. Don't worry about it. Next.
Yeah.
Lisa, if this was 2005, would I be in your top 8 on your MySpace?
If I knew you back then, yeah.
No, wait a minute. That was before 2005,
right,
dude.
Yeah. I mean, I also had MSN Messenger. I think that was a thing.
It went down the MSN Messenger, man.
See,
it went down the MSN.
MySpace and AOL is only available at senior living right now.
Well, MySpace, I don't even know what happened to MySpace, but that was
There's a clone. There is a clone. I am going to try and find it for you, Lisa. You can actually make a profile on this thing that's like a network that they were trying to start, which impersonates MySpace.
Yeah, but nowadays, all the kids are using Snapchat. The younger kids are using Snapchat.
I'm not familiar with
I'm not into Snapchat. I have the Twitter, but I rarely use my Twitter anymore. I have the Instagram. I don't update my Instagram that much. And then I got the Facebook for friends and family.
Tom was always the first one who greeted you when you started your freaking.
I remember I followed that one guy. I remember I friended that one guy on MySpace, and I don't know what the heck I was thinking. Jeffree Star. I friended Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star was like a freaking MySpace whore.
I met the guy, and I was like, "Oh, you're." I didn't know what to say about him. Yeah,
what did this guy specialize in?
Back then.
Back then, whenever.
Back then, he was like always hanging out with bands.
Trying to be an influencer basically back then, and
eventually
he became what he is today.
Now he does makeup.
He makes makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
He's been kind of canceled. He's kind of like had a downfall, probably like the past year, but he shot up to the top.
Yeah, he's been canceled.
Wow.
Oh well, you know what?
I don't know, Cataract Killers. Don't know what to tell you. I don't think he would answer my DMs. Whatever happened to, someone needs to do a YouTube video on that. Whatever happened to Tom from MySpace?
Whatever happened to Tom? Remember
I don't know. Tom from MySpace. I remember Tom from MySpace. Everybody had him at the top.
Yeah.
He never changed his picture. It was always
the first thing
What was funny is when I first got onto Facebook, somebody had an account that was Tom, and they used the same avatar from MySpace.
Yeah, I got one. I remember when I joined Facebook. My friends like, "You're a lonely girl. You can find people on Facebook." So I joined because I thought, "Ooh, I can find myself a boyfriend on Facebook." It was not the case. It was 2007. I was 25. Okay, I was a young kid. So it's like, oh, it's on Facebook.
Looking for love in all the wrong
But
places.
Facebook
Looking
nowadays
for
is just
love.
Facebook is where I find out about relatives' parties because none of them ever call me. So they're just like, oh, here's an invite. You're coming to the party? I'll just invite you and I can message you because we don't even give phone numbers or we just message people on Facebook and instead of giving out phone numbers.
You know, I think that's all I really use Facebook for is like Messenger. I use mostly
Me
Messenger.
Me too.
Mhm.
Like cousins that I don't want to have my phone number, I just call them on Facebook.
Tom
Like, how
got
are
wrecked
you
by Tony,
doing?
Vinny, and Joe. Tony, Vinny, and Joe got him. Tom was the fuck. They got him.
Yeah.
He's like, got whacked. Take it down to MySpace. People got pissed. I remember before MySpace, there was one called Friendster, which was like so minimalistic and.
Yeah.
See, I think I've always been a lonely person. I was always trying to jump on social networks. So
Yeah, I was, I didn't have Friendster, but I had the MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
I had the AOL. I don't know what my AOL name was, but I had the Messenger.
It was
MSN
Grooviest of Lisa's. Grooviest of
No,
Lisa's at AOL.
I don't know. I don't remember what my name was, but some people found it.
What year did the moniker Groovy Lisa start?
No, I think it was Stellar Starlight because that's the name I used a long time ago. So
And
I
when
think
did
that
you
was my name.
decide that you were no longer going to be Stellar Starlight and you woke up and you're like, I'm now Groovy Lisa?
I don't know. I just one day I was like, I think I'm a groovy person, so I just started calling myself that.
What was your origin story? Did you fall like in a vat of green slime and then you came out and you're like, I'm Groovy Lisa?
No, when I first started making VC videos, I used my first and last name.
Not good. Not
well,
good to do that.
Well, because my channel wasn't going anywhere at the time, so I didn't think about it. And then I just came up with the name.
And now you're the big YouTuber you are, and you have to hide your identity.
I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not Melinda Murphy numbers. That's for sure.
Give you time.
No, I mean, like, there's some YouTubers, they just, like, grow out of nowhere. Some of these women, VC channels, they're like, they just grow so fast. And I'm like, cool.
I remember playing with a room destroyer called Fate on AOL. That sounds pretty menacing there,
Cataract Killers. I had that game called Wolfenstein. It was on my PC. So I beat the whole game, and I was proud of myself. So that Wolfenstein.
You know what I used to play for hours and hours on Super Nintendo was Faceball. Did anybody ever play that? It was a game that was like based on the Doom engine, but it was like these smiley faces.
No, I used to play Street Fighter.
I thought it was the stupidest game. But, in the 90s, I was smoking a lot of weed, and I thought it was freaking awesome. I'd sit there for hours. Next day, I'd be like, "Oh, what the frick? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. What the hell?"
I used to also play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I've been shooting smiley faces all day.
Yeah, I remember when I got my first gaming system, which was the Nintendo. It was 1985. My family decided to get me a Nintendo at 5. The happiest kid. So yeah, that was my first gaming system. Yeah,
I worked for a video game store for a short period of time. It was this place called World of Games.
Yeah,
it was owned by this mom and pop company called Masco Enterprises, and they used to give us all kinds of. Well, they were ripping us off because they weren't paying us overtime, making us work overtime. They were pulling shit. But I was a young kid, so I was cool with it back then. But they used to give us all kinds of stuff for free. We used to get free Super Nintendos and Sega Genesis, and I had a 3DO, and I had a Jaguar, and I had all of the systems. I had Neo Geo, I had all of them. So
yeah, I had an Atari.
I had an
Atari 2600. My dad actually had.
I don't really. The only thing I own now is a Switch. That's it. I have a PS4.
Yeah, I remember.
I haven't got a PS5 yet, so.
I remember we had an N64, and we spent many days playing GoldenEye 7.
That was the first multiplayer shooter.
That was a pretty fun game.
That was the game that started it all. They're saying the whole multi-shooter thing.
Yeah, and then Then we got the first PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we played, what game was that we played? Was it? And then Diablo. I remember playing Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
And World of Warcraft. And
I was really heavily into World of Warcraft for a while there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
And then
kind of immersed in that shit.
Then I discovered a game called Sims where you could make virtual people.
Mm-hmm.
And at least you had all kinds of booze. You had all kinds of booze on Sims.
No, I made a gay couple one time because I just wanted to for the heck of it. So I made a guy and another guy, and they had a dog and a cat. I was thinking Sim was going to tell me, no, you can't do that.
It's all, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, no, Hop Frog. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off for the night. I'm feeling kind of tired.
Well, thanks for
But
coming.
not a problem, Dave. You know, I love coming up on the Insomniac broadcast. Nah.
Thanks for coming up.
Nice talking to you, JoJo. Hopefully I'll talk to you next week. Are you there? JoJo?
JoJo fell asleep.
He probably checked out. Sometimes he has to take his dog out, so that's probably what he did.
Yeah, take my friend.
No. I'm back. I just had to let the dogs out.
JoJo,
Right, JoJo.
JoJo's right.
JoJo, but I was saying I do want to see you next week. I'll be back next week if you're going to be back.
Oh, definitely, brother. When I hit AOL and Facebook,
my sound's going weird.
I two things happened automatically. One, I had to go to the bathroom. Second, I saw the dogs looking at me going to the bathroom. They wanted to go to the bathroom, so I can handle everything in one shot. What is this called? Spacewalk or space face? Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Talking about baseball, I think. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe I was talking about baseball.
Before Facebook. The one you guys were talking about.
Friendster. Friendster is one I was talking. No, wait, before Facebook, MySpace.
MySpace, yeah. Your space, MySpace. It was like funny. It's like, whose space are we going to be in? You got a place where you can be at your space, or are you going to come to MySpace?
Good night, JoJo. All right, good night, everybody in the Peanut Gallery. Good night, Cataract Clears. Nice to talk to you. Good night, Mr. Anunnaki Cell 1.
Are you bolting out, Dusty?
Huh?
You bolting out?
I'm bulking out. I'm gonna try and get me some sleep. See if I can get a couple of winks in before sunrise.
I guess
try the bed first. It usually works.
Hopefully. All right. Well, good night, JoJo. Good night, Hop.
All right,
good night, good Hop Frog. Thanks for having me on. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Adios.
All right. Yeah,
shit. He's saying goodbye. I was almost hitting the leave button. It was like mentally, you know, I was like, oh, okay, we're all going.
Yep.
That's funny. Lisa, what part of Hollywood are you in?
I'm not in Hollywood. I'm in the area known as 626.
Oh, you're by Foothill.
No, I'm like, let's just say I'm around the Monterey Park area.
Oh, I know exactly where it is. Right off the
Monterey Park, Alhambra, Rosemead area. Around there.
I own 3128 San Gabriel Boulevard, just north of Garvey, just south of the 10 freeway. That's a big car lot. I've owned it for 35 years, I think. And then 8001 Garvey Avenue, I've been fighting to buy that place for years. It's in dispute, it's in probate, and that was the old auction.
Yeah. I call it Asian community. That's what I call it, 66. There's a lot of Asian places.
And then you guys still have all these mom and pop car dealers on Garvey towards Vermont. Oh, like, man,
I have an uncle that lives out by El Monte, and he lives in Lexington, so they have, I don't know, I don't go there that often, but yeah, they have a lot of cool places. And then I have a lot of relatives in Rosemead.
What was that place? The 5 Points, remember that in El Monte?
I don't remember it.
5 streets meet each other. That was like where everybody went to score their drugs and get hookers and stuff like that. Right by Texas Road. You know where Peck Road is?
Oh yeah, I know Peck Road. I know Peck Road.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, right
I
by
don't know if I
there.
remember that place, but I know Peck Road.
What
I
was the Harley Davidson company, the famous one? I think it
I
was the
think
first one.
I think there might have been a company of Harley Davidson there, but I don't remember much of it because I don't go there that much. I have to go there to visit my uncle.
Laidlaw. Laidlaw.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Dave, you know
Oh
Laidlaw.
yeah, my two uncles, they live in this house in Almonte. So they live. My uncle lives in the front, and my other uncle lives in the back. But yeah, my
Yeah,
other
those
uncle.
are good old
Yeah.
days, but I don't miss that area at all. I wish I
No,
could get the hell out of there.
no, Almonte has changed a lot since then. A lot
I
more
bet it's
Asian
still
people. A lot
Almonte.
more Asian people have moved into Almonte area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be bad, but now it's
My,
kind of.
my my party place was Charlie Brown's right off of South San Gabriel before the
Charlie
63.
Brown's. I remember Charlie Brown's.
Yeah,
I
that was
remember.
my spot, man. Every Tuesday and Friday I was there like clockwork.
I remember Charlie Brown's, and there was another place are that people used to go to a lot. It's called Steven's Steakhouse, all the way by I
Don't
think.
know that one.
Yeah, but Charlie
Yeah.
Brown's was a pretty big place that.
Charlie Brown's was a happening place, and when it was a happy place, you know.
I remember my area used to have Tony Roma's,
Oh
and then
yeah,
it
I know
got.
exactly.
I remember Tony Roma's, and then it got changed to a Korean barbecue place.
Yeah.
That's
Do
what
you remember
happened.
NBC restaurant on in Monterey Park, right
Yeah,
south of?
it's still there.
Yeah, I love that place. I go there
Yeah,
all the
it's
time.
still there. I went to a wedding there
Oh, I've been to a
about.
wedding. My friend Jimmy got married there too. Yeah.
No, it's in the Asian culture, usually you have a reception at some
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But I
but
love their food. Their food is amazing.
yeah, I haven't been there recently. The last time I've been there was a while because there's a lot of Asian restaurants.
It's right off of Garfield, south of Garvey.
Yeah, my cousin actually had a reception there
Yeah.
back in 2000 and
Dave, it's a small world, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot what year my cousin got married. But yeah. I got so many cousins that live out here and in the LA area, over like 20 cousins. So I forget when they all get married.
Well, you're lucky because you can always pick up the phone and rely on somebody at time of need.
Yeah, but my cousins are young, so when they call people nowadays, we don't really call each other on the phone. We just use Facebook Messenger to call each other. Because you have the phone feature on Facebook. So you can call people that way.
I'm old fashioned. When I get the phone call, somebody needs help. I'm in the car and gone.
Yeah.
Sorry. Different culture.
Yeah, I know. No, I totally know. I mean, I did grow up with just having the phone and not having the internet to call people. For a long time, I used the phone. So I can kind of.
Well, Lisa, I got some bad news for you. Real bad news. I did not buy a cell phone when the cell phones came out. Okay, for a long time because it was a dime to use the payphone, public payphone. When that dime went from 10 cents to a quarter to make a phone call, that's when I bought a phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I wanted to go home to the movie theater. I'd be like, I gotta go call my parents.
Yeah.
And call and have them pick me up because we didn't have cell phones. So I would just call them and hope that they would pick up and answer my phone call. Yeah, the kids nowadays, they don't know. They don't know how, those kind of things.
Right.
And, I remember when you wanted to call your friends, you give them a landline and be like,
Yeah.
"Here, call me on a landline." You would have to make sure that nobody else was on the phone, or
Or you hear, if you were
or
lucky
you
to
have
have
to
the
make
plan to
sure
get,
that you called at a certain time because someone might be using the internet and you didn't want to go and
you know, but remember you had to
screw up
pay
your
for
internet.
extra for that
Yeah.
beep beep. You know,
Oh
if
yeah,
somebody,
we had this
that beep
thing
beep.
called, we had
Yeah.
Gopher. Gopher was how we connected to the internet back in the day. So when someone was on the internet, that means you couldn't make a call. You just had to wait till they finished their internet before you can go and call somebody.
Beep.
Yeah, and then I think one year we got AOL, and yeah, that was like a big deal.
Welcome.
AOL.
You have messages.
You have messages. Yeah, you got mail.
You got mail.
Yeah. Does anybody else want?
The good old
No.
days. You know, listen.
Yeah.
Today, as we're speaking right now, me, you, and Dave. Okay,
Yeah.
as we're speaking today, in 20 years from now, we're gonna claim today a good old day if we're around. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's the
Yeah.
same cycle. It's the same cycle. We're gonna laugh about. Wow, can you remember, Dave? 20 years ago, we were talking about this topic and that topic. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same thing. Now, right now, we're talking about 20 years ago.
Yeah. There's the kids nowadays, they don't know what it's like to grow up with a TV where you have to turn the dial. 'Cause
Oh
had that,
man, don't
had
remind me
that
of
in
my
the
childhood.
80s. I had that in the 80s, and then I remember we had this TV in the 80s,
Yeah,
and it was a big chunky TV. It was a brown TV that we got. And if
yeah,
you want
yeah.
to watch a TV, you turned the dial, and it would go
Two of
to
them.
a
One for the
certain
channel,
channel.
one for the tuner.
Yeah.
And of course, like every other house, we had the horrible wood paneling. The
Yeah,
horrible
yeah,
wood paneling
typical.
with the gold curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and also, of course, we had the backsplash tiles. The house before we remodeled the bathroom was aqua and pink. That was
No,
a good
okay.
time,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Those are
Aqua and
popular
pink
colors.
tiles. And I remember there's some other things we had in the house. We had wallpaper because when my dad bought the house in 1971 from the church, the guy was had to see his wallpaper. It was floral or something. And yeah, that was just what they had back in the 60s and the 70s. Was the
Yeah.
wall and the velvet. He had the velvet sheets and the bed, like wooden bed coat. Oh man, yeah, I remember that all too well. So I have a brother who was born in 1971.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, no, 1972. So he had the Brady Bunch bed. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch bed. Yeah, he's hitting a big milestone. He's hitting the big 5-0. So yeah,
Things have changed. That's for sure.
things have changed.
Things definitely changed. I remember we lived in a house where we had there's like a little entryway where you'd come in the front door, and the wall was covered with mirrored tile that had like this gold veining running through it. It was the ugliest stuff. It was.
Yeah,
It was great. So.
yeah. I remember telling my parents in the 80s I wanted wallpaper, so
Mm-hmm.
they got me some wallpaper. And I had this teddy bear wallpaper. Was it the 80s? No, it might have been 1980. Yeah. And of
Probably.
course, I'm sure your kid probably had one too. I wanted a Teddy Ruxpin. So I convinced my parents in 1987 to get me a Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure your son also had the N64.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what else was there?
Super NES
Super
before.
Super NES, the PlayStations.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the PlayStation 1, the 2. I think we might have had
Yeah.
3.
He was pretty good at the GoldenEye. He had me play with him a few times, and
Yeah.
so he's all yeah, so I'd start playing it and stuff, and he'd always end up shooting me. I'm like, come on, let me at least get a gun first. So then I'd go, and as soon as I picked up a gun, I'd get shot. I didn't even know where he's coming from. He's like hiding
Yeah.
all his and stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah, we had the GoldenEye, the Banjo-Kazooie, the Mario Party game.
yeah.
But it was probably about, I think GoldenEye came out in, let's say 97, 96.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, he never was really into video games. I mean, we bought him a couple systems and stuff, just he'd
Yeah.
start at him, but he just he'd
Yeah.
play GoldenEye, like he'd turn it on, he might play it for maybe
No, our brother was
an
really into
hour
the gaming
at the
system.
longest. Yeah.
He was about 9. He was about 9 when he got the N64.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a big deal in our family
Mm-hmm.
when we got one of those, because that was like the first gaming system
Yeah.
we got since the Nintendo, the original Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of things your son and me can play on 90s kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's born the same year as my sister, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Well, one of my sisters. I have a sister that was born in
Mm-hmm.
96. So I have like 87. I have 1972, 87, 89, and 1996.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Quite a spread.
It is a nice bird. Well, the 1972 is for my dad's first marriage, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then he met my mom. Yeah, the rest is history.
There you go. There you go. I think I'm gonna shut this down. I'm getting
Okay, I'm gonna go.
So thanks,
But
everybody.
it was nice being around all you guys tonight.
Yeah. It was good. Thank you for coming.
Nostalgicness.
Yeah.
JoJo's a character.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure is.
JoJo could start his own YouTube channel and share all his stories.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't really do a lot of videos on there, but he's usually, when he does stuff, it's pretty good. He's busy doing a lot of things and stuff. So it's good to see him coming around and stuff, and see people here and stuff. It's nice.
Yeah.
And Anunnaki, he says, "You are an awesome girl." Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
So he's been up here before, and so we like to have different people come up here from time to time.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you guys go and shut this down.
All righty.
Thanks for having me up.
All right, thanks for coming by, everybody. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you guys coming in here, and you guys make it fun. So until next time, much love from me and Mrs. Hopfrog to all you guys. Thank you, everybody who was up on the panel and everybody in the side chat. Like I said, we just host this, but it's it's for everybody to come and hang out and get to have a good time. Hopefully not talk too much politics, because I know people have different views and stuff, but just talk about everything that's going on, and sometimes it's good stuff, sometimes it's a little bit heavier than it needs to be, or it's just good to talk things out, because we all have similar things. That's what makes us human, right? So anyways, It's great to see everybody. Have a blessed day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Good night from me and the missus to all you guys. And Michael, let me get away without saying this. Keep the fires burning. So, till next time, see you guys later. Bye-bye.